Sportsing 92.7.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wapaton. All the hits from 2KM today.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Cowboys!
Thinking about our senior year, I want to get us to the point where we can look for a state championship as a team, just have fun as like a family out there. And one of your buddies makes a tackle, and then you also kind of feel that pride in you, like, yeah, he's getting better, he's ready to go.
Joey Lopez trying to outrun the rest of the kick return team. Third Cowboy player to run a kickback this year. Avery Smith. And would you look at that? Half a dozen defensive touchdowns on the year. Joel Lopez going for 80 yards. Lawson, it's kind of fun we can get a player's perspective on this. What was the first reaction when you found out you guys were ranked number 1 in the state? Maybe thought you could definitely do if you put it together for the first few games?
Yeah, I definitely thought we could be.
I thought you guys were a little ahead of schedule on it a little bit. I was like, oh my goodness, they're already getting some respect around the state. I love that. Hand off to Erlinson on the right side. David Erlinson is going to run for quite a few yards, make another man miss, and get to the second level. And David Erlinson in for a 40-yard score on the first play of the game. Goes to the end zone where he'll haul it in for 6. Aiden Sanchez, the 34-yard TD. That is the first pass of the day for Riley Kappas. How fun it is watching David run the ball.
Like, when he gets the ball, he's going to run for 10 yards. Great knowing that we have a running back that good.
How would you describe the growth you've seen from quarterback Riley Kappas?
He put in a lot of work.
A head over heels different from last year.
For sure.
Tommy Donald has ran down like 7 plays, and he just chases it down.
Coach Yagi definitely, he's got a game plan, just finding the numbers of the other team. If they're respecting the pass or respecting the run more, use the other one to attack. So definitely props to him there.
There was a different look in their eyes. There was a different set of, we're going to go out and we're going to play football tonight, and we are going to give everything we possibly can. We're going to fly around.
Number 1 ranked in the Minnesota Scores QRF, and a big win on homecoming, a school record for points. I believe it was 65-6.
The other team is just like, they don't want to be here. They don't want to play another snap. They don't want to have to try to tackle David again. They don't want to, have to take on a block from Henry again.
What's something unique about your receiver group?
We got a lot of them, and they're all good too.
I don't care what I see. As long as it's an opposite color jersey, I am going to try to hit them as hard as I possibly can. And it is so fun to watch them.
Another pick 6 for Cooper Roberts with 3 defensive touchdowns.
Get rewarded for doing your job.
Brock Somerville's running down, Grayson Abel's running down. They just go. It's an unbelievable group of kids. I continue to say that over and over again. Connor Ernst has taken an unbelievable ownership in the defense and getting the interior guys lined up. They're playing together. They're communicating everything. They're making sure there's no secrets on the football field.
What do you think the team's biggest factor to be dominant this year?
I think it starts with you.
You're not trying to hammer them on effort. That's like just the most like, well, yeah, it's football. I have to go 110%.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight's I3G Sports Network broadcast is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanek, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Gripper Sports Store, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Ottertail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Twin Town Villa. Now here's KBMW's Turner Bluffus.
And welcome to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. Turner Bluffus, and I am going to be hanging out with you fantastic listeners for this Breckenridge football playoff opener. Cowboys and taking on New York Mills. Cowboys are the 1 seed entering this game with an 8-0 record. Just swept the regular season undefeated for the first time since 2010. And funny enough, I was a junior on that team in 2010, so I figured I'd bring one of my old teammates along with me and classmates. Blake Wilcox, how's it going today, bud?
Good to be back.
Yeah, you're here for the Frazee game. So you were kind of here when Breckenridge really kind of started putting the foot on the gas. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen from the squad following them the rest of the way.
Yeah, it looks like they've been pretty dominant down the stretch here and finished the season strong, and now get a familiar opponent. It looks like they played about 11 days ago. So.
Yeah, exactly. Breckenridge 65-6 victory in that one. Actually hit their school record for points in a game in that outing. And we'll dive into your power poll ranking, which will have your Section 6A quarterfinal matchups. We got Breckenridge with an 8-0 mark once again, taking on number 8 New York Mills in Section 6A. QRF put them there with their 2-6 mark. Parker's Prairie, who has their one loss to Breckenridge. They'll be the 2 seed against Nevis, the number 7 seed. Nevis 3-5 so far on the year. And number 3, Walker Hackensack Akeley, taking on number 6 LPA. 4-4 on the year for them, and then the winner of this game will play the winner of Breckenridge's matchup here. Ottertail Central is 5-3 on the year. One of those losses to Breckenridge. Pine River Bacchus 3-5, the 5 seed, and Walker Hackensack Akeley's only loss is to Monoman Waban, who's a powerhouse also for for the state. But anyways, on to the next portion of your power poll ranking, and on that we got Breckenridge at the top of the QRF once again, as they have been for I want to say since week 5, I believe is when they made it on there, but. They're 8-0 once again, and Springfield is also 8-0. Fillmore Central coming up next at the 3 spot. They moved up 1 spot. Parker's Prairie coming in at number 4. Monoman Waban at 5. Minneota 6, and then Cleveland at 7. And I believe Parker's Prairie the only team with a loss in there. Everyone else 8-0. Barnum is at 7-1. Upsala Swanville 7-1. Red Lake County rounding out the top 10 at 7-1 as well. So quite a few of the teams that have been there all year. And I'll catch you up on the stats with your State Farm stat report brought to you by the local State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. And Blake, we got a lot of good performers this year since you were last over here. We'll run through the last week's game, 48-8 victory in Monaga. Breckenridge's David Erlinson, another big game, 5 carries for 152 yards and 2 scores. Also had a TFL on the game. Avery Smith, 2 carries for 61 yards and a TD. Had a 19-yard grab as well and a 27-yard pick 6. Can you believe they got 6 defensive touchdowns this year, Blake? That's bizarre.
Yeah, that is a lot in one season. You'd be happy if you got a couple, but they're averaging almost 1 a game. Pretty impressive.
Fantastic, yeah. And we'll see if they can get another one here in this outing, as Riley Kappas only had to throw the ball 4 times last time around, 48 yards and a TD. Catching that TD was Aiden Sanchez for the second week in a row at wide receiver. Joel Lopez broke an 80-yard TD. Joey Lopez, sorry, I accidentally boosted his stats last week. I gave 90 yards. Apologies for that. 75 apparently on that kick return TD. The third kick return touchdown from the Cowboys this year. Third player to do it as well. Connor Ernst was the team high tackler with 6 of them. Jackson Lopez had 4 tackles. A lot of that on special teams too, I believe, with a sack. And then Levi Christensen with 5 tackles and a TFL. For part 2 of your State Farm stat report. And we got a bit of a season, recap of the stats, and we had to kind of update a couple of the yardage and also some of the scores as well. because, they've been putting so many points up. It's hard to keep up with all this. But 9 defensive touchdowns and special teams touchdowns on the year. They put up 363 points this year, giving up 91, 3,338 yards, 1,447 against them. And then they are running for almost 12 yards a carry as a team. Good golly. That's an absurd stat. That is definitely a testament to Breckenridge's dominance this year, and a dominance they've seen from David Erlinson as he averages 15.6 yards per carry, 4 or 5 above the team average with 13 scores. He's got 5 games where he's put 155 or run for 150 yards, 31 tackles at linebacker, and then Riley Cap has been incredibly efficient this year. 12-1 touchdown to interception ratio, hasn't thrown a pick since week 1. Everybody knock on wood if you're at home right now. Yeah, we'll find some in here. 818 yards, and as we mentioned, the 12 TDs that he's tossed this year. He's also got 323 yards on 44 carries. Actually has not scored a touchdown since week 2 on the ground. He had 3 TDs in the first 2 games, and since then hasn't run in. So maybe a little secret weapon for Breckenridge here into the postseason. But don't want to forget any of these guys over here. As if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you can make sure to check that out on our State Farm Stat Report. We got Cooper Roberts. He's got 21 grabs on the year for 368 yards, 5 touchdowns, also 3 pick sixes. That is a school record. One of only a handful of guys who have 3 in their career, and he's done it all in 1 year. First one to ever do that. Gabe Armitage has got 6 offensive touchdowns on the year, 3 on the ground, 3 through the air. Kai McDonald, 5 sacks on the year. Henry Slededall, one of the team's leading tacklers out of the D-line. He's got a sack with a fumble recovery, 34 stops. Connor Ernst, 41 tackles. A couple receiving touchdowns on offense with a sack and a fumble recovery. Levi Christensen, my fellow 5 out there with 10 grabs for 103 yards and a touchdown, 26 stops on defense and a sack. And then Joey Lopez really coming on here at the back half of the season. He's got 3 rushing scores on the year, averaging 16.4 yards a tote. And then Tucker Snyder, 18 tackles with a sack, and also had a strip TD on the year too. So move on to our final portion of the State Farm Stat Report. This might be everyone's favorite right here, as we got a nice look at Super Cooper. And I said I'm not wishing time away, but I can't wait till basketball season when we got Super Cooper the Hooper. But I'm going to, once again highlight how fantastic of a year this outside linebacker and receivers having 6'5" at receiver. You got to definitely take advantage of that, right, Blake?
Yeah, when you have unique height like that, especially with an athlete like him, you just find a way to get him the ball and throw it up, and more than likely he's going to come down with it.
Yeah, we had Chris as a basketball coach, so we got to make sure to shout him out as well, too. His dad, Chris Roberts, Cooper surpassed him in receiving touchdowns this year, so apparently they had been giving him grief, he was saying in our Optimum Athletes interview that we had the last go-around. But that was, once again, your State Farm Stat Report. We'll continue the Red River Grain pregame show after this quick break. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Your playoff opener is coming your way shortly.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Choose Casey Formanek with Country Financial in Wapaton, where he makes insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, he takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what option works best for you. Call Casey at 701-353-6071 to book an appointment today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
A remodel, addition, or new construction resembles a puzzle. You look at the edges, the colors, and what you envision as a finished work of art. Showplace Cabinetry, available at Dakota Cabinetry, can help you worry about one last piece of the puzzle. Do you have a picture in mind? Dakota Cabinetry can make your next project complete by offering countertops, custom tile backsplashes, custom tile showers, and flooring too. Stop by our showroom located at 898 8th Avenue South in Wapaton, or call 642-2100 to check out Showplace Cabinetry.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. Turner Office, and let's dive into your Gripper Sports Grip Fit Check. Big fan of this new segment we've introduced this year, and I'm also a big fan that they are rocking with the black jerseys. If you guys can kind of get a glimpse of that on, or the black pants, I should say, with the green jersey combo. The white numbering, of course. Big fan of the black helmets too. The green stripe going down the middle, and well, obviously that's what we're going to be inclined to agree with. We love the green black contrast, but some people love the green white look too. We got to see a lot of that the last couple of years. I kind of thought we were going to see a lot more of it this back half of the season, but they were playing so good at the beginning of the season. They were like, we don't really want to mess with the formula here too. But any thoughts on the cowboy logo on the side as well, Blake, with the cursive?
I think it looks great. I think that the stripe down the helmet is a big accent mark that looks really nice on all the uniforms, and I'm sure all the moms out there are also appreciating the black pants versus the white pants. I know scrubbing those out after some of these games later in the season where the field gets a little messier was always my mom's favorite, so they probably appreciate the black as well.
You know what? I didn't appreciate how much the green stripe adds more cowboy look to it, you know what I mean? Because it was kind of missing that a little bit. When we went really hard with the black helmet and whatnot, I remember kind of when Coach Yagi was playing, it seemed like I was like, maybe we've gone a little too far into this, but I really like the green stripe and like you said, the black pants. You're not going to complain about that when that gets washed, but that is your Gripper Sports Grip Fit Check. Make sure to swing over to Gripper Sports in Wapton, get all your cowboy, cowgirl gear, maybe Huskies as well for all the WAP fans listening over. And now for your injury report, brought to you by CHI St. Francis. And for Breckenridge, looks like Gabe Armitage will be kept out of action again this week, and that was kind of expected as he recovers from a concussion. And then obviously the season-ending injuries of Lawson Oliphant and Jackson Herrig, two starters on this defense that are definitely missed for this Cowboy squad, but luckily they've kind of been the guys who have been stepping into the roles have been doing a great job. So just the three injuries are the guys out. I'm trying to check the sidelines, see if we get anybody else that were kind of unexpected last-minute scratches, but looks like we're all good on the injury report, brought to you by CHI St. Francis once again. And before we do your starting lineups, we'll take a quick, we'll move on to your keys to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapton. And I'm going to roll with the defensive one. So if you want to think of an offensive one, well, I do that, Blake. Mine's going to be if they can just, same as last time these two teams met up, just contain Finn Roeder and you're probably good. Just take him out of the ball game, make him a non-factor. They did a great job of bottling him up last time around. The one score that they gave up was actually in the closing minutes, so they were actually flirting with a shutout up until that in their 65-6 victory. So if they could just do another good job on Finn Roeder, here for New York Mills, I think they'll be good on the defense at least. But anything that you want to see from the offense here in the playoff opener, Blake?
I think just staying ahead of the chains early and trying to get positive yards on first and second down is going to be a big thing. I mean, looking at the box score from last time, there's not probably a whole lot of adjustments that they're feeling like they have to do on their end. It'll be, I think, more on New York Mills if they want to try to shake things up a little bit, with a familiar opponent coming in here.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a running theme this year for Breckenridge as far as not overlooking their foes. So I don't think that's really something the coaching staff has to harp on too much. That's kind of the nice thing about getting that experience throughout the year and kind of being front runners. They got that #1 ranking in the state right off the bat. So I think it's a little easier for them not to overlook teams because it's like, hey, we've been doing this all year. Like, we faced New York Mills when they only had one win, and now they have two here in the playoff opener. So we know to take them seriously as we did last time around and see if it can be a good result. So I don't think that's something that we're going to worry about with the Cowboys, but we'll loop back. That was your keys to the game. Once again, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapton, and we'll come back with your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. You are listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM. Cowboy football, playoff opener coming your way shortly. Turner Blavs along with Blake Wilcox. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Get your vehicle ready with the Fall Fresh Start Tire event at Smith Motors in Wapaton. Now through November 30th, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1 on select brands with installation. Plus, get up to an $80 rebate on shocks and struts and up to a $40 rebate on brake pads and rotors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com today.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Superior Builders is a proud sponsor of tonight's Breckenridge baseball game. Brian Bernardes and his team of building pros are ready to meet your needs. Superior Builders of Wapaton has served farmers, ranchers, commercial businesses, and home builders throughout North Dakota since 2005. With a focus on providing economical, durable, and aesthetically pleasing pole buildings, Superior Builders has built a reputation for quality work and satisfied clients. Contact Superior Builders today to get started on your dream building by calling 701-238-7740.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. Turner Blofus along with Blake Wilcox. So we get ready to open up this Section 6A playoffs. Cowboys taking on New York Mills. And I want to say it is the 4th matchup between the two teams in the last 5 years, I think, between the two. Oh, my. It's they've kind of ended up running into each other, just, kind of fate. And also, kind of good programs, too. That's because a lot of these times they meet in the second, sometimes even the section championship game. So, but now for those starting lineups, as promised, they got the senior-heavy offensive line still clicking. Landon Schillinger, he's a 5'11", 210-pound senior. Where's 59? Apologies if I said that twice. Tegan Abel, number 54, right next to him, 6'1", 210 at the guard spot. Had a fantastic senior year. Henry Slededall as well, holding it down on both sides, 5'10", 205. And really spearheads the attack there at number 50. Tucker Snyder, the lone junior on the O-line. He wears number 71, 6'1", 185 is what Snyder's listed at. Sullivan Michael, 6'3", 205, wears number 53 at the tackle position. Levi Christensen, the senior, is listed at 6'3", 205. Cooper Roberts having a great senior year, 6'5", 195, wearing number 0. Charlie Krejci also playing wide receiver, 5'9", 165 is what number 18 is listed at. Avery Smith, we got a number change here. We got to make sure to update Avery Smith's new number 44. Funny enough, Blake, I don't know if you listened to the broadcast last game. He lost his jersey. We're not sure where it went, but they said don't go find it because he was outstanding when he was 44. He got his first 2 touchdowns of the year, had a rushing score, and then had a pick 6 right after. So they were like, let's just stick with 44, and looks like he took that advice. So he'll be starting at the wingback in Gabe Armitage's place. David Erlinson at the tailback, 5'10", 205, just a load there out of the running back position. We'll see how New York Mills is going to counter for that. And Riley Kappas, 6', 180 is what the junior quarterback is listed at, wearing number 1. And then on defense, the secondary was had a great year. Charlie Krejci and Aiden Sanchez at the corners. Sanchez listed at 6'3", 175. You'll see him split out a receiver this year as well. Gavin Hoffer filling in for Lawson Oliphant. He's listed at 5'10", 160. Senior wears number 9 at safety. And then Cooper Roberts, Avery Smith, David Erlinson, and Connor Ernst to the backers. Connor Ernst the only one going one way there, but he does get some time as the backup tight end. He's listed at 6', 195. Number 13, the junior wears. And then Snyder, Henry Slededall, as well as Christensen. And then Kai McDonald on the D-line. He wears number 51, listed at 6', 185. Charlie Eggeman is going to be handling the kicking duties, both on kickoffs and on the field goals as well. He's listed at 5'10", 155, wears number 33. He's a sophomore on the squad. Cooper Roberts, the senior punter. And then Keaton Butts does the snapping duties. Wears number 58, is a sophomore, listed at 6', 240. Riley Kappas, the holder, and then Aiden Sanchez, Charlie Krejci listed as the team's kick returners. So that will do it for this, or for the starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. And now we'll take a quick break for the national anthem. We get ready to wrap up the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, it's Amanda at Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Brrr. Old Man Winter is right around the corner. Beat him to the punch. Call me, Amanda, and schedule a time to have your heating fuels filled. We thank you for your business.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Fall is here, and Gripper Sports Store has you covered. Check out their brand new fall sports apparel and gear up for the season. And it's not just sports. Grippers also offers professional inscription work for your business attire. Look sharp on the field and in the office with Gripper Sports Store.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Get more done with Lilligard, your local Bobcat dealer and full-service heavy-duty truck shop in Wahpeton. From rugged Bobcat compact tractors and loaders to expert truck repairs, Lilligard keep your farm, acreage, and fleet running strong. Whatever the job, mowing, fencing, grading, or keeping your big rigs on the road, count on Lilligard for power and reliability. Visit Lilligard on Highway 13 West in Wahpeton or call 701-642-9129. Lilligard, built to keep you moving. Kraus Brothers Construction is a diversified construction aggregate materials, heavy equipment, and trucking company, serving the Red River Valley with locations in Wahpeton, Hankinson, Veblen, South Dakota, and Rolog, Minnesota. Give them a call today at 701-642-4488. Kraus Brothers Construction prides themselves in offering and producing outstanding service and superior products to their customers. Give Kraus Brothers Construction a call today at 701-642-4488. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back as we get ready to wrap up the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmers since 1986. Turnable office along with Blake Wilcox, and Cowboys getting ready to take on New York Mills, and should be a kind of a fun, it's always fun to see when you come in with all the expectations. By the way, I somehow got through the entire pregame show without mentioning that Breckenridge won their district. Better make sure to throw that out there. It's kind of hard to tell you what the whole district is called. I have to literally go look it up because it's such a mouthful. But congratulations to the Cowboys. Obviously, a little unsurprising if you're undefeated. So likely I gotta make sure to double check it again. Apologies, folks. They do such a good job of sharing all this stuff. Mid-Northwest Central champions. Yeah, that is what they are. The champions of their district, Mid-Northwest Central. I'm going to have that down by the end of this run. I'm going to call it. But
that'll be fun to print on a T-shirt or a sweatshirt at some point, along with hopefully a few more accolades with the season, but a little longer than HOL was back in the day.
I've been saying for 20 years that they could run the Mid-Northwest Central, so I'm glad that I was proven right. But I'm excited to see some of the guys who have really come on since you were last here, Blake. You know, you haven't really seen the Avery Smith as an offensive threat. He's come on, second half of the season. Multiple guys making it happen in the kick return game. They also got Joey Lopez getting some more totes out of the backfield, too, breaking some big runs. His younger brother, Joel, also doing a fantastic job when you get some reps here at the end of games. But I'm not saying that we're for sure going to see them, but, you know,
I think it's just a testament to this team and the depth overall to just be able to go that deep. And I mean, most teams, you battle a few injuries like they have, and you really start to look a little bit thin. And it feels like this team's just taking that next man up mentality and been able to take the most out of their opportunities that they've been given.
It's actually been hard for me to pinpoint who the guys are who are filling in because they were already such regulars. You know what I mean? They were already mixing in somewhere where they were already like the first guy coming off the bench at a couple different positions. So it was like I didn't even really, you know, think of you not being a starter originally. So it's kind of one of those good problems to have. But Cowboys getting ready to boot this one away as we put the finishing touches on that Red River Grain pregame show. Once again, if you guys would like to tune into the YouTube stream, you can find us on KBMW News Live. If you're just watching on B92.7 FM. Either way, we appreciate you for hopping on. Turner Bloffice along with Blake Wilcox and Breckenridge. Double check. I forgot to see who was winning the kick or who was winning the coin toss and whatnot. Cowboys receiving to open this one. New York Mills looking to get some revenge on the Cowboys after getting 65 points put on their head the last time they were here at Cowboy Field. So going to look to try to improve upon that. But a running theme that we had talked about in the last time they came here was just look at the numbers on the sideline. And you can kind of see it's pretty slim pickings this year. Some for New York Mills throughout the season. And I know this same case for other teams as well, but Breckenridge pretty lucky to have the numbers they got here. As New York Mills probably should have let you know on the grip fit check, they got their white jerseys with the blue trim on the sides of the white pants. At least to my colorblind eyes. You can correct me if I'm wrong on anything, Blake.
You're correct on that one.
They're purple, Turner. time to find out. Charlie Craychaw back to return. Joey Lopez as well. Joel Lopez along with him. Craychaw and Joey Lopez of each house to kick. And we'll see if they're going to test these returners. They boot it over. I believe Charlie Craychaw is the one who scooped it up, and he's going to cut inside and makes a nifty return to about the 35. Gets a little past that.
Yeah, that was a nice return there, just making the most out of what it was. It was kind of a shorter kick, and the Cowboys should have a pretty good field position to start. Looks like someone coming off the field a little gimpy here after the first one. Looks like that is Joel.
Oh, well, they didn't maybe took a stinger on that one. Joel Lopez. And a little bit of a limp there. Going to head over and talk with athletic trainer Janie Lanou. We're trying to let her know. Janie, go check on him. We're trying to let you know. It's Breckenridge come out with their single back gun set. Riley Kappas motions the man over. And they're going to fake the pop pass, and Riley Kappas is going to keep it himself. But New York Mills ready for that.
Yeah, just talking about adjustments to start. Looking back from the last game, they kind of were in a little more of a too high safety look and kind of daring Breckenridge to run, which is something I don't know if you really want to do. And looking at this game, looks like they have more of a single high look with a few more guys on the line there and close to the line of scrimmage, at least on the first play. We'll see if that continues.
First play of the game, a Riley Kappas 1-yard rush. Breckenridge motions a man in the backfield. They'll do a pitch, and that one is going to get cut up by Avery Smith. Avery Smith, number 44, with the big gain.
Yeah, just a great block on the edge there to get him free, and then both those receivers doing a good job, and it just became a numbers game there, and he made the most of it.
Looks like a gain of 20 on the play. Maybe even a little more. And Avery Smith, once again, has really come on here in the opportunity he's been given. Or apologies, looks like a gain of 19 on the play. They motion him into the backfield. This time David Erlinson going to get his first carry of the game. Erlinson going to get bottled up. Somehow gets out of that one and comes falling forward. They have to start kind of a second pile to get him down.
Moving the chains on that one, it looks like they'll give him a first down. You know, it's never a bad thing when you can call dive and get 10 yards on first down. That's exactly what this team needs to do.
That's one of those misleading things where you kind of get a little tunnel vision on. You get locked in on. You're like, okay, that looks like about a 5-yard gain to me. And then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he just came out of the pile dragging guys there.
He is the lone back again, Avery Smith, the wing back. They've been putting one receiver at each side a lot more this back half of the season after doing a lot of pair looks, and they're going to do a rollout to Levi Christensen, a little bobbled. Breckenridge actually dodged a bullet on that one that ended up not getting batted up in the air and picked off, as a little behind him on that one, it was looking like. Riley Kappas, first pass attempt of the day, looking for Levi Christensen.
Yeah, he had him there in the flats. It was a nice little flood route. They just couldn't connect on that one.
Riley Kappas has been incredibly efficient this season. Threw a pick in week 1. It was like, oh, looks like there's going to be some, kind of growing pains this year. And then he was like, I'm just going to not throw picks anymore. And he has done just that, as he's got a pair of receivers to the right. One running back to his right, wing back on the left. He'll hand it off to David Erlinson, his second carry of the game. He's got a lot of real estate up the left sideline, throws a man down. And a couple Eagles are able to tackle him inside the red zone.
Yeah, he was not shying away from contact there. There was a few backs that I think would have just went out of bounds, and instead he had delivered a little punishment and probably got another 10 yards out of it. What a great run.
Looks like a 22-yard rush down to the 11-yard line. Once again into the red zone. 10:07 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this opening quarter. Erlinson, lone back to the right of Kappas. Cooper Roberts split out to the right along with, it's like Krejci, I believe, over there, and they're going to do a toss to the right to Avery Smith. Smith going to try to cut it up and gets taken out at the legs. Got back to the line, maybe a yard. Avery Smith. Yeah, they're going to give him about 2 yards on the play. So I got him for 23 yards on his first 2 totes. Riley Kappas and his team in the red zone. They need 9 yards to find the end zone. Wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to get a jump ball to Roberts.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing man on him over here. It'll be interesting to see on this one.
Instead, they'll run it with Erlinson. David Erlinson is going to get taken down. Great effort there by Frazee collapsing on that, or my apologies, by New York Mills collapsing on that one. Ryder Davis making the stop, the sophomore, getting in on the tackle. And that'll set up 3rd and 8, but Cowboys obviously got the 4-down territory.
Yeah, first 3rd down here. We'll see how they come out and what they want to do with it.
Riley Kappas gets the play from head coach Carson Yagi. He's got Krejci and Roberts split out to the right on a chilly night here at Cowboy Field, but it's football weather. They get it all sorted out here for this 3rd and call it a short 8. They'll hand it off to David Erlinson on the left side. Erlinson cuts it up, puts the shoulder down, and it looks like they're going to stop him shy of the first, but I don't know how shy. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play, set up 4th and 4 or 5.
Yeah, and like you said, looked like they were already treating this as 4-down territory, and that was just one of those that, let's get us into 4th and 4, 4th and 5, and call one of your best plays here and see what they can do.
We'll see
Big play here.
We'll see what the Cowboys got. They need 4 yards to move the chains and 6 yards to get into the end zone. Cooper Roberts split out to the right along with Krejci. They motion Krejci in. Riley Kappas rolling out to the right. Kappas pulls up and throws it to the end zone where Cooper Roberts, Moss is the man. 6 points for number 0.
We mentioned in the pregame, just throw the ball up to him and good things will happen. That was one where I don't necessarily know if he was really open, but he's always open when you're that tall.
Cooper Roberts hauls it in the back of the end zone. 6 yards for 6.
Huge conversion for the Cowboys there. Really big difference between going up a touchdown here and then all of a sudden the momentum could have totally been in New York Mills' favor had they gotten a stop there.
Charlie Eggman looking to boot it through, and Legeman makes it a 7-0 game. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live. 7-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
And welcome back. Got our first score of the game with 7:43 left to go on this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cooper Roberts hauling it in for the 6-yard score. And tell me a little bit about how Cooper was using the frame on that one, Blake.
Yeah, that was just an example of throw it to one of your guys and let him go make a play. And obviously had a little bit of height advantage there. I think their slot corners, he's probably got about a foot on him, and they tossed it to him, and it worked out pretty well.
Cooper Roberts with the TD, his 6th receiving touchdown of the year, and nice return here from New York Mills into Breckenridge territory. It's going to be by the Cowboy 45.
I will say we do have quite a bit of wind and some gusts coming in here too, so I don't know if that's going to be affecting the passing game at all, but it's good to see him get on the scoreboard.
Yep. Number 3, Finn Roeder. Coach Yagi said one of the better athletes they're going to be rolling up against this entire year.
Yeah, that was a nice return there by New York Mills and is going to put them in plus territory here. We'll see how the Cowboys respond on defense now.
Breckenridge, first time we've seen the Cowboy defense held New York Mills to 6 points the last go-around, and they like to move Finn Roeder all over the place. You'll see him at receiver, whether that be in the slot or split out wide, tailback, fullback. They'll motion him into the backfield this time around. Kind of a decoy as they go with a handoff up the middle, but Breckenridge not fooled by that one. Connor Ernst stuffing that one. He's been sticking his nose in there all year, and the Breckenridge sideline saying we also have the ball, but that doesn't seem to be the case as they'll end up losing a couple yards. Connor Ernst shooting that gap beautifully.
Yeah, the interior line just got pressure right there, and that play didn't really have a chance from the start. They had kind of that motion with Roeder there and then went back with the dive, and no one was fooled.
TFL for Connor Ernst. He's been having a really nice campaign at linebacker. One of your old school linebackers. One of the thumpers. Those are the fun ones. Got to get a cowboy collar on that one though. And we got 2 receivers split out left, one to the right. They'll fake the handoff and rolling out to the right and tossing it up and almost picked off by Cooper Roberts.
He was looking for number 4 there.
Oh my goodness.
That was awfully close to going in the other direction there. It was great pressure. I didn't catch who got to him there, but they really affected the throw, and it was underthrown and almost went back the other way. Now it's going to put him in 3rd and long, and this is exactly where this Cowboy defense wants him.
Yeah, that was Henry Sleddahl flushing him out, applying the pressure there. Only 1 sack on the year. A little surprising for how much he kind of wrecks a game, but D tackles. And also, you don't really get a whole lot of opportunities when you run against so many run-heavy teams. But New York Mills facing a 3rd and 12 already here on their first drive. Breckenridge picking up right where they left off on a dominant regular season. See what they got here for an obvious passing down. They're going to go with the toss to the left to Roeder, see if he can get to the edge. Very nice cut up, and Breckenridge doing a good job of using the sideline as their friend. Finn Roeder is going to be able to get about 8 of those yards, but coming up about 4 shy.
You'd think this would be go-for-it territory here for New York Mills. You need to stay in this game early, and punting it, if it ends up in the end zone, you don't really gain much here. I would look for them to go for it.
Finn Roeder, his first rush of the day after getting into Cowboy territory with the kick return, or at least if we're going to see them attempt to draw them off sides here. 7-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys up with 6:29 left to go in this opening quarter. Went out of bounds, so stop the clock. They got a fullback to the left of the quarterback in the pistol look. And they'll fake the handoff, bootleg to the right. Looking to throw it where they got behind the defense, and it is complete. And then it's fumbled away. We'll see if New York Mills is able to get back on it. They are. And that was Gage Brazel hauling that one in for the big grab. On 4th down to move the sticks, no less.
Yeah, that was just a well-designed play by New York Mills there. I think they faked it to the man we all thought might be getting the ball on 4th and short and then booted the other way, and were just able to find a guy kind of in that intermediate out route.
And they're into the red zone, down at the 18-yard line. So pickup of 18 on the play. First pass completion of the day for New York Mills. We'll go with the pistol look once again, handing off to Finn Roeder, who bounces it out to the left side, trying to get way to the edge. Aiden Sanchez trying to make the grab. And then someone else having to make the tackle, and they're going to go with a horse collar or a late hit on that one. I'm thinking horse collar.
Yeah, horse collar, face mask, one of those personal foul varieties. I think this is going to end up being a half the distance and a first down. He was awfully close, but this will probably put him first and goal around, I would say, the 6 or somewhere between the 4 and the 6.
But you get to see that speed on display because you see him kind of like almost come to a complete stop. All of a sudden, he just turns on the jets and he's near the sticks somehow.
Yeah, he put on one of those kind of just slow hesitation moves and then made it a foot race to the edge and was able to cut it up for a few. And it didn't look like it was anything intentional, just one of those trying to get a guy out of bounds and you grab him at the wrong spot.
Trying to make an aggressive tackle, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Not an easy guy to tackle either. You know?
No. And that'll down them half the distance of the goal, so they'll start at the 4-yard line after that Finn Roeder rush.
Yeah, and you'd believe this is 4-down territory here if you're Mills as well. And Cowboys are going to have to buckle down and see if they can bend and not break.
Roeder with about a 10-yard rush on that one. 4 yards to go to hit pay dirt, New York Mills. Looking to tie this one up as they trail 7-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, trying to draw Breckenridge off sides. No luck. They'll hand it off up the middle. Roeder will go in for 6. New York Mills answers on their first drive with 5:42 left to go in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 5:42 left once again, and Finn Roeder.
Yeah, just right up the gut. That was a dive there, and it looked like he dragged a couple Cowboys into the end zone. It looks like, are they going for 2 here?
Going to take the lead. Playing aggressive here off the bat. And New York Mills take the lead here with the 2. See what the Cowboy defense has, as New York Mills has one running back to each side of quarterback Creed Mercer. He waits the snap. He'll do another handoff to Roeder. Breckenridge ready for it that time. Avery Smith, one of the tacklers, in on that. Tucker Snyder, Cooper Roberts helping out, and we got a 7-6 ball game. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. Back in 30 seconds.
Everybody likes discounts, and really, who doesn't want to save money, especially on their auto insurance? Hi, I'm Carson Zard, a Nodak Insurance Company agent in Wapton, North Dakota. Talk to me about how we can save you money by taking advantage of our multi-vehicle, multi-line, EFT, safe driver, and good student discounts. Call 701-642-9251 for your quote. I'm Carson Zard, your agent with answers. I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call for a quote today.
And welcome back. We got a 7-6 score on the Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And Breckenridge, the number 1 seed, taking on New York Mills, and they knew they would have a tougher test than the last time they played Mills when they bested them 65-6. And already it's a 1-point differential currently instead of the 59 that it was on the final score on that one. But what do you think was maybe the key on that that 4th down play, Blake, that helped them move the sticks on that one? I think it was there kind of a flood play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or no, it was bootleg, I believe.
Yeah, I just think that everyone, me included, thought that 3 was getting the ball there for New York Mills, and it was just a good play design. And we're able to find a guy kind of in between 2 defenders, and
going with a little reverse, and it's kind of reversing into the action on that one. This just doesn't work out in your favor sometimes. Joey Lopez going to get stopped, but
yeah, it's just tough for the Cowboys defense when you give them that kind of start in plus territory. They don't have to go nearly as far. It'll be interesting. Say that last Cowboys drive was somewhat methodical. It'll be interesting to see if they can repeat here, or if we'll get some of those kind of explosives that we're used to. There was a few pretty big chunk plays, but Cowboys offense seems to be prone to some real big plays, especially on the ground, it seems like.
Yeah, we'll see if David Erlinson can potentially bust one here as they start on their own 23-yard line, operating on the right hash. Erlinson, the lone back next to Riley Kappas. And they'll roll with him up the middle. And New York Mills, once again, ready for that one. Going to hold them to just a few yards.
Yeah, they're really stacking the box just comparatively from the last game. They're almost just daring the Cowboys to pass it at this point. They had, I want to say, 8 guys in there for sure with the safety behind. I know last time they were playing too high with kind of a a guy off with the receiver as well. Now they are stacking it, and it'll be interesting to see here.
Cowboys with a pair of receivers split out to the left, tight end and a wing back to the right. And Riley Kappas rolls out to the left. Kind of a sprint out play, calls his own number, tucks it and runs, and he's going to go up the sideline, ends up kind of flipping in front of his teammates. And we got a nice block from Cooper Roberts there, but it was one of those things where almost looked too good to be true. Or
yeah, that was one of those that, he did a full front flip almost there, but a great job of him just seeing the open space and realizing when they're in man coverage and they're both running with the receiver, there's no one out there to cover him, and he just tucked it up and he got a first down.
Riley Kappas with the 17-yard burst up the side or up the left side. They are on the Cowboy 42. Riley Kappas hands it off to David Erlinson. Erlinson having to cut it inside. Once again, New York Mills doing a good job of setting the tone in the trenches. Cowboy offensive line has kind of been steamrolling everybody this year, so New York Mills offering a bit of a change of pace here to start off this ball game, but Erlinson still getting 4 yards on it. Just because it doesn't look as dominant as it has been all regular season, it almost looks like trouble. You know what I mean? But gain of 4 is still, or a gain of 3 or 4.
Yeah, you'll still take that on first down all day. Stay ahead of the chains.
Erlinson.
Interesting twins here to the short side of the field. They got a lot of room to work on the wide side.
Little motion Avery Smith out to the wide side. And he kind of gets into a wheel route, it looked like, that he was getting ready to block as Riley Kappas is looking to get sprung loose. He's going to get the first down and then quite a bit more. Riley Kappas into New York Mills territory.
That was just a great job there by Kappas, just taking what they give you. It looked like they were playing to hold the edge so hard that he couldn't really bounce it, but instead he just cut it up and there was no one there and was able to get a big chunk out of it.
I give him 27 on the carry. Riley Kappas kind of went dormant a little bit in the rushing category. He did have like a 60-yard rush a few weeks ago in the Mills game, but we'll see if he's going to be able to kind of break his streak of not getting into the end zone in this ball game.
He just got great feel as a rusher. When he gets out there, he's shifty. You know, he just knows you take one step and you plant, make a move this way, that way. You know, you don't necessarily always have to get super cute with it. You can still get big chunks like that.
2:55 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Riley Kappas waiting on the snap. He'll fake the handoff and throw it out to Cooper Roberts, and that is as good as coverage as they've seen on one of those quick hitter plays this year.
Yeah, I just did one of those like stop routes where you don't even really get upfield. It's just a turn and catch it and try to make something happen with an athlete like that, and unfortunately they just couldn't connect.
Gage Brazel playing that one nicely, flying up to make the play to force the incompletion. Riley Kappas, 1 for 3 on his first 3 passes, but that one completion was a big one. It was a 6-yard touchdown to Cooper Roberts. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboy offense. You got Erlinson in the backfield. Same normal offensive look. Twins look to the left. Tight end and a wing back to the right. They'll motion David Erlinson into a pistol look, fake the handoff, and then do a counter to Avery Smith off the left side. Smith cutting it up and gets a solid gain. And then there is a flag way down the field. Levi Christensen down there, maybe getting called for a little bit of extracurricular after the play. Trying to block to the whistle, but maybe just went a hair or too long.
Looks like a hold.
We'll see. We'll see if they're going to be keeping that Avery Smith rush or if they're going to be backing it up. Actually, a holding call. So Cowboys getting backed up. Avery Smith's rush will be negated, and Breckenridge still leading 7-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 2:27 left to go in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It was so far away from the play, I couldn't really tell what happened. I thought it was right there with you where it looked like it might have been something where it's a little extracurriculars because it came from the back ref official was the one that threw the flag there. And
yeah, sometimes the ref will do you a solid and be like, I should give you a personal foul here, but I'm just going to give you a hold instead.
Yeah.
As David Erlinson will get a little counter handoff, and Erlinson is going to get some of those yards back and probably going to be about 4 or 5 shy of the first. Oh, apologies.
What a block there by Schillinger. I think definitely going to be credited with a pancake there.
Oh, there you go.
He put the guy on the ground and gave David a spot to cut back and made that play work.
Sets up 3rd and 5. 2 receivers to the left. Erlinson alone back. Cabas to snap and hands it off to Erlinson on the right side. Looking for some real estate. He'll get the first down. He's got one-on-one with Finn Roeder. Roeder's going to knock him out of bounds. Not afraid of the contact, but David Erlinson still going to get what he needs to move the sticks. Erlinson into the ready red zone. It's like 1st and 10 from the 15, so I'll call it a gain of 8. And we haven't seen many guys take down Dave one-on-one, so that was kind of fun to see.
He had the sideline as his help, but those are just 2 dudes right there going at it, and it was a fun play to see.
1st and 10 from the 15. 1 receiver split out to each side. Krejci on the near side. Roberts on the far. They'll fake the handoff this time. Riley Kappas pulling up and throwing it across the middle to Avery Smith. He's going to be shy of the goal line, but not by much. He's going to set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, it looks like this should bring him just inside the 5, call it the 4-yard line, and Cowboys are set up for another goal-to-go situation here.
Avery Smith, looks like gain of 11 on the play. And Cowboys got 1st and goal from the 4. I'd be surprised if this is going to be an Erlinson rush this time around. Go with the bread and butter for this final 30 seconds of the 1st quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They'll motion Charlie Krejci over. Riley Kappas hands it off to Erlinson. Erlinson is going to walk this one in, get into the corner, and in for 6. His first tutty of the day.
Just a great play call there. They motioned the receiver over. He was able to set the edge, and they had the wide side of the field there, and Erlinson was able to just walk in.
I think he was thinking it was maybe, he was like, someone's going to show up here eventually, so I'm just going to keep going really hard to the corner, to the pylon here. And plays it beautifully. 24.6 left on the scoreboard as Breckenridge goes up 13-6. And I know the Cowboy faithful are saying you may as well say 14-6 because this Legaman kid, as we'll see if the jigs is going to work there as he's kicking into the wind.
That wind, that first one kind of hung up there for a little bit, and I looked over at the flag and was like, you know what? It might be a little interesting for the kicking game today because that flag is sure whipping.
As Charlie Eggman makes it a 14-6 game before we wrap up this first quarter. Still 24.6 left to play before we head into quarter number 2. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Eggman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
We got a 14-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Turner Office along with Blake Wilcox and Gavin Snyder apparently missed me. He's been next to me on the broadcast the last couple weeks and just came down here. I thought he had something to tell me, but no, he just was setting something down, I guess. But shout out to Coach Snyder. Working those kids too hard in practice, I'm told. As we got a squib kick here from Legaman. Brock Somerville making a nice one-on-one tackle here. Love to. Oh, apologies. I think that's Avery Smith. I saw the 4 and I thought it was going to be Somerville, but apparently there's 2 4s.
Yeah, that was just a great drive by the Cowboys. They've had 2 what I'd consider methodical drives down the field. It was nice to see him sustain the possessions and finish both of them off in the end zone.
David Erlinson having a busy start to the game, as he usually only has this many carries in the ball game total, but he's already up to 9. A lot of these games, they haven't really need to use him in the second half, so he gets maybe 1 carry in the second half. So
it's a nice benefit of being fresh for the playoffs.
For sure. As New York Mills coming in their pistol look. Creed Mersu waiting on the snap. He'll hand it off. Finn Roeder getting right to the edge, and he'll cut it inside. Nice job cutting out his legs. I believe Cooper Roberts making the stop on that one.
Yeah, they really spread him out there and just kind of ran to the edge and tried to make it a foot race, and he was able to get, I think, looks like 9 out of that one.
Finn Roeder with a 9-yard burst.
He can run. I mean, he can really run.
It's crazy how he kind of just waits for it to set up and all of a sudden just jets. And that'll wrap it up for the first quarter. 14-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Breck Football on B92.7 FM. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
And welcome back for quarter number 2. Breckenridge taking on New York Mills in the Section 6A quarterfinals. Turner Bluffus along with Blake Wilcox. And this first play of the second quarter, we'll see if Mills is going to be able to pick up this first down. It's going to be close to it. They're going to
Probably
go with,
depend on the spot here.
well, Ruther on that carry.
That looks like they're moving the chains. That was awfully close, but
Yeah. Everett Ruther, I believe.
you wonder if
And
the wind's playing a factor on a couple of these kickoffs, too. I've noticed that both teams have kind of opted to squib it and not put it up in the air. There's just a lot of opportunity for that ball to blow around if you kick it deep. So Mills has had good field position both times. Not quite as good as last time, but still, I mean, starting at your 40 is pretty good.
Yep, and right now, smack dab on the 50-yard line. Right on that beautiful B logo. 14-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Pistol set, and they'll go with the toss to Finn Roeder. So once again, looking to cut it up. Connor Ernst there to clean it up. There is a flag in the backfield.
I would imagine in the vicinity of holding on this one.
I think Levi Christensen might have got a little karma. Said, we got you for the last one, but don't worry, we're gonna say you got held this time. Still no penalty sponsor, and I'm not gonna stop shouting out All Season Solutions. Gotta keep plugging them until we get an actual sponsor. As 14-6 is your final is your current score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 11 minutes left to go in this first half. Cowboys got a touchdown apiece from Cooper Roberts and David Erlinson.
See if the Cowboys can capitalize here on having a pretty favorable 1st and 20 after that penalty there.
Two receivers split out to each side. Mersu awaits the snap, and they might not have liked what they saw, or the officials are actually talking it over.
Either didn't get it off in time or someone flinched. Yeah.
Yep. Legal procedure, back them up, so make it a 1st and 25. Those are the ones that drive you crazy when somehow all of a sudden you accidentally give up a big pass on that one.
Yeah.
Well, it was first down. Well, it was 1st and 25. There's a difference.
Yeah, now if you're the defensive line, you're thinking here, you know, if I'm getting through too easy, you got to watch out for the screen, the draw, something like that.
Kai McDonald.
I can see them just trying to get the ball out to Finn Roeder in space here, even if it's near the line of scrimmage, and just trying to let him get some of this back. Because, yeah, 1st and 25, there's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook for that one.
Yeah, we'll see what they're probably just going to say toss to Finn. We'll see what he does with it. Finn Roeder in the pistol set, and after all the excitement, we got a timeout taken from New York Mills. This timeout brought to you by iCamp Construction. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Fall is here, and Gripper Sports Store has you covered. Check out their brand new fall sports apparel and gear up for the season. And it's not just sports. Grippers also offers professional inscription work for your business attire. Look sharp on the field and in the office with Gripper Sports Store.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
And welcome back after that Highcamp construction timeout. We got a 14-6 ball game, 10-10 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge got their 14-6 victory with a pair of scoring drives, one capped off by Cooper Roberts and the other by David Erlinson. They got a swing pass to the right, and Breckenridge plays that one beautifully. And Henry Sledadall forces the fumble. Cowboys, we're going to be thinking it was their 7th touchdown of the year. They're just going to have to settle for a turnover instead. Henry Sledadall forces the fumble. I want to say it was Tucker Snyder on the recovery. And I just love how they played that cutback lane.
Yeah, I almost thought that was a double pass right away because they threw it back there and he really didn't have anywhere to go and cut back. And then next thing you know, the ball's on the ground and it's Cowboy football.
Henry Sledadall with the force. Like I said, I want to say that was Tucker Snyder on the recovery, but for how electric the defense has been this year, they're just like, oh, I can't believe we didn't turn that into 6. They're probably saying sorry to their coach as they walk to the sideline.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here for the Cowboys to take advantage of this turnover.
New York Mills' 21 is where they'll start this drive. Number 21, David Erlinson in the backfield. We'll see if he gets a tote to start this off. He'll get a handoff on the right side, and Erlinson just has to make one more man miss, and he's going to get wrapped up and hauled out of bounds by Finn Roeder. Nice jersey tackle there into the ready red zone. And Breckenridge looking to cap off their third offensive possession. Henry Sledadall once again just had a very nice forced fumble. I want to say that was Gage Brazel who had lost that one, the senior. And
2nd and 2 here, playbook's pretty much wide open for the Cowboys.
To the 8-yard gain from Erlinson. And this time around, they're going to toss it to the end zone. And looking for Cooper Roberts. They are not going to find him in the right corner of the end zone.
It was a well-designed play. It looks like that motion by Roberts there might have just been a little bit. He was cheating forward. They like to do this in the NFL, and it rarely gets called, but it was like that little jet motion before on the outside, and he might have been going forward before the snap. We'll see what they say.
I'm just glad I didn't accidentally knock the tripod out of the window. That was something I was a little worried about there, but I'll be a little more careful this time around. And Breckenridge will have second. Oh, they're actually going to illegal shift, so I'll back them up. Now they'll have a 2nd and 7. Guess we.
Bad news was incompletion. The good news was they get to do it all over again. So didn't lose it down there.
Yeah, we'll take the incompletion away from Riley Kappas. I got him for 2 for 4 for 17 yards. Completed the 11-yard pass to Avery Smith to set up a TD, and then had the 6-yard touchdown strike to Cooper Roberts. See if they can get this 2 yards by having Riley Kappas call his own number. They use David Erlinson as the decoy, and Kappas is going to get the first down with these. Set up 1st and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, you could just tell the gravity when they faked to David where it's headed over there. Everyone was looking that way, and then he pulled it, and they had a lead blocker out there for him. And great play there to get him back in positive territory here after the penalty.
I was loving all the lead blockers he had leading up the shoot on that one.
Yeah, he almost had too many. He didn't have anywhere to go. He ran out of real estate and had to go outside. He had too many. He had a convoy in front of him there.
1st and goal from the 10. The motion, David Erlinson to a few different places. Looks like he finally figured it out, and they'll fake the handoff because it was kind of a broken play. But Riley Kappas is going to try to turn something or nothing into something.
Be interesting to see illegal shift here. I thought he got set after moving,
Yeah.
but I guess not.
One of those things where it was almost like too much suspicious stuff that there had to be a penalty somewhere in there.
Yeah, he started on the right, went back, then went to the right, then went to the left, and unfortunately, they're just saying he was moving at some point where second illegal shift on the Cowboys here this drive.
9:26 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge now with a first and goal from the 16 or 15, looks like. Yeah, right on the 15. Still in the red zone.
See if they run it to the wide side here.
Riley Kappas hands it off to Erlinson. That is where they'll go, to the wide side. Erlinson getting to the pylon. Cuts by a man, and he is going to go in for 6. David Erlinson, TD number 2 on the day. Comes with 9:18 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And what'd you see from Dave on that one?
He had a lot of real estate.
You definitely called that wide side of the field there.
Well, there's a lot of real estate. You look at the last touchdown they scored on, and they made it a foot race to the pylon. They did the same thing. You put both receivers on the opposite side of the field. You get those defenders out of the way, and then you just hand the ball off, and you let him do the rest.
Charlie Eggeman looking to make it 21-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And he will do just that. 21-6, and you are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
21-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 9:18 left to go in this opening half. David Erlinson has got his number on the board after scoring his second TD of the day. This one from 10 yards out. Or was it 15? I think it was 15. 15.
Yep.
Apologies. Just shortened Dave some yards here. And I don't know why Coach Yeagy's always asking me for stats after the game, because I'm 90% sure they have a statistician, but I still try to do a good job, at least for Breck. I always abandon doing the other teams after about 2 possessions because I get frustrated because I miss one kid. But 21-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard with 9:18 left to go in this opening half.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big drive for both teams here. New York Mills is going to get the ball after the half. If they can go down and do something with this possession, it's going to make it a lot closer game, and Breck kind of has an opportunity to open things up if they can get a stop here.
For sure, and we'll see if they're going to try to get crafty here. We've seen some mischief from the kickoff team on the year, whether it is some surprise onside kicks or some squib kicks to some soft spots, and we'll see what we get here. And kind of a blooping soft one there, and
Breck has the ball.
Oh, Brock Somerville.
He just took the ball.
Scooped up somehow. I don't really.
He caught the ball, and he hit him and just took it out of his hands. I don't know if he had it possessed long enough to advance it, because it would have had to been considered a fumble.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can advance an onside kick, but he literally took the ball out of his hands.
We'll see if the Cowboys are going to get the ball. There was an injury right at the end of the play, I believe, also right after. So we'll check on the injured.
I've never seen a play like that before.
Yeah, that was bizarre. We're going to have to go back and check that on the replay. But as they check with the injured player, you guys can do just that. We got a 21-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Are you tired of fixing the same problems? Here at Reddy, we offer performance seating solutions that last. Whether it's new parts for your drill or a complete rebuild of your air seeder, we can help. We resolve your challenges through in-house engineering, manufacturing, and sourcing of the highest quality North American-made products. We are ready to bring our passion and expertise directly to your farm to solve all your equipment challenges. Reach out to us at 701-205-1485 and schedule your free inspection today.
All right. Jackson Riggs, the injured Cowboy. Hopefully he's going to make a speedy recovery. He's got a tough injury history in football, so it's those are the ones you kind of got to watch out for, so hopefully he'll be all right. But looks like you were right, Blake. Brock Somerville coming up with the big recovery. I told you we'd seen some mischief from the kickoff team this year.
It was
What was the latest one? Describe it again for me.
I don't know. There was one of those pooch kicks, and I think if you're the returner, you may just fair catch that one and just take it where they were. Instead, he opted to field it. I can't. Obviously, they're ruling he didn't have possession, because if he had possession, it would have been a fumble or a strip, and they would have just gone the other way with it. They just tried to take a touchdown off the boards for the DST here, but I believe you cannot advance an onside kick. So since it was recovered, they must have been ruling that New York Mills did not have possession of the ball, and that is why Breckenridge is down where they are, or they're just saying he was down. There was a big collision. I mean, we heard it all the way up here, and I don't know if the returner got smoked and somebody else just ripped it out of their hands, but all of a sudden, the guy that caught the ball was standing there looking around, and Breckenridge had the ball.
It looks like head coach Zach Hawking is getting some clarification from the officials.
I mean, it's definitely Cowboy football. Honestly, they probably got a break, because I thought it should have been a touchdown. If he, to me, it looked like he caught it, took at least a step or two, and then had it kind of ripped out as he was simultaneously hit. But
and that you can advance.
If it was a fumble, you could advance it. But
I got you.
Kind of like similar to a muff punt.
Which, funny enough, happened in Breck a couple weeks ago, where they had it bounce off of a punt returner and someone grabbed it and ran it for 6, so they thought. But it was like, actually, you can't advance that, but it is your ball.
And you're right with the trickery, because I wouldn't have really practiced against just a little short little pooch like that. And, you know, you got people catching the ball that are normally told to block and don't really take kick returns in practice.
Brock Somerville coming through for the Cowboys. 21-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And David Erlin actually faking the handoff to David Erlinson. They're looking to throw it deep, and they
just
will
out
end
of
up
reach.
throwing it a little too far.
I was wondering when the Cowboys would take their first shot. They've kind of been daring them to go deep. They're playing a lot of man coverage out there. Obviously, you have a pretty favorable matchup with Roberts, and I don't know if the wind was a factor there. They just weren't able to connect. Otherwise, he's walking in with 6 there.
They connected on a good fly route last week with Aiden Sanchez, so that was kind of Raleigh Cap is getting to show off the deep ball a little bit here. We'll see if we get to see him take another shot here. Looking for Cooper Roberts on that one, but nice thing is he's got some options.
I love the call. I mean, you come out of a turnover like that and you take a shot right away. I mean, it's a really
keep the foot on
good
the gas
chance to break things open and keep the momentum in your favor.
2 receivers to the left. Riley Kappas with a straight QB keeper on the right side, getting some good blocks while he's at it. Cuts past one man, and Riley Kappas gonna go in for 6. First TD since week 2, and he does it from 39 yards out. Looks like a player was injured on the play. I thought it was actually they were looking at him because of an injury, but they were actually checking on the injured player there by the sideline. But 39 yards from Riley Kappas there, and talk about the luxury of having David Erlinson leading up the shoot as your blocker there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And shout out to Keaton Butts on that one. There was another pancake in the open field. He was probably 15 yards downfield, and looks like he put a man into the ground.
Riley Kappas is going to be close to 100 yards here at the half. We'll make sure to tally it all up for your State Farm stat report, but 27-6 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A little bit of a delay here as they tend to an injured player near the sideline. And is that Finn Roeder?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
That'd
That'd be tough for New York Mills if it's anybody, but obviously if it's their star player.
Looks like it's lower body.
Yeah.
Either ankle or knee, it looks like.
He was feeling some pain right in front of the Breckenridge sideline. We'll take a quick break as they tend to the injured player once again. You're listening It's Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
And welcome back. We have a 27-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Good news, Finn Roeder was able to walk off the field. Bit of a limp, but able to walk off nonetheless. So hopefully we'll be able to see him get back into the ball game for the Eagles. But
yeah, just a huge loss for New York Mills. He'd been playing his heart out there, and just unfortunate on that one.
Got a touchdown for the Eagles in the first quarter. And now his squad down 27-6. Charlie Eggeman looking to make it 28-6 and stay perfect on the day. Only 2 PAT misses on the year, I want to say. I'm going to have to double check that. But 2 or 3, either way, he's having a fantastic year. And there's another PAT. We got a 28-6 ball game. You're listening to Cowboy Football. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable now.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
Welcome back. We have a 28-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Turner Blofis along with Blake Wilcox and Brock Somerville coming up big on the kickoff to strip it free to get the Cowboys the ball. And from there on, Riley Kappas did the rest. 39 yards to hit pay dirt. First TD since week 2 after he opened up the season with a pair of 3 TD games. And also looks like Jackson Riggs is walking the sideline all right, so hopefully he's going to be okay after suffering an injury on the last kickoff. Out on this kickoff, obviously, but hopefully he'll be good to go if the Cowboys can advance to Saturday's semifinal contest. And they'll down this one at the 30-yard line. We'll start off on the right hash for the Eagles.
I think they've kicked the ball in a different spot and in a different fashion every time they've kicked off so far.
I love the variety.
Definitely keeping the receiving team on their toes. It looks like Roeder is being looked at for an ankle, might be getting it taped back up over there.
Hopefully he'll be getting back into the ball game. And Breckenridge looking like they're sticking with all the usual suspects on their defense. Can't see anybody that's kind of rotated in or out, so we'll continue 28-6. 8:56 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. New York Mills will hand it off on the right side. Breckenridge did a good job stretching it to the sideline. Connor Ernst said his name quite a few times on the broadcast today. Gonna get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Once again, Finn Roeder suffering the ankle injury on the last go-around, and Riley Kappas gonna get some run on defense. Haven't seen him get a whole lot of action since early on in the year after he was actually a full-time starter on the squad last year for their defense. But, he's just got enough on his plate to play QB. So they're like, let's not play you on defense. We don't have to, buddy. But they're going to give him some run here at free safety. Trips left, one receiver out to the right. They'll actually motion one of those trips receivers into the backfield. Drop back to pass. Eagles looking to the flat. And another incomplete pass. Cooper Roberts, I believe, had one of his pick sixes in the New York Mills game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was that was the third one, I'm thinking. So they're probably wise to that by now, I would like to think. If they're throwing to the flats, it's because Cooper's on the other side, I'm thinking. So
Yeah, they did throw opposite of him on that one.
His talk about a guy who I think his stock has gone up a lot as an outside linebacker. You know, if he does hypothetically want to pursue any college football, I think that would be his ticket here. That's quite the luxury to have a 6'5" guy in your defense who can, you know, be impactful like that. And another drop back, they'll throw it out to the flats. Once again, the Cowboys stretching it to the sideline, and Cooper Roberts towering over the rest of the sideline as he hauls out of there.
Yeah, I think they might have lost a yard on that one.
Good pursuit there from the green team. 7:57 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Turner Blavas along with Blake Wilcox. Hope I said 28-6. Yeah. Sometimes I just get stuck on the multiples of 7. So I'm like, I never trust myself 100%. 4th and 8. Breckenridge once again up 28-6. And New York Mills, it's going to be their first punt of the day. Charlie Craychaw back to return.
Yeah, this is our first punt I think we've seen at all today.
Yep, and Cowboys, this is the only facet of the game they have not scored yet. And they won't get a chance on this one as it is punted into the Breck sideline. Trying to reverse jinx it into existence. That didn't work out for me, but I would even settle for a block punt touchdown. That'd be enough for me.
You know, I love a good blocked punt.
Those are, yeah, you do, man. You had like 4 of them in 1 year. That was bizarre. I should have been keeping track of that on my record quest. I wonder how many of those got logged into the newspaper articles.
Yeah, it's just one of those interesting plays where sometimes when you're edge rusher, people just don't expect you to really rush, and they just kind of stand there and you run by them. So
you're like, this can't be as easy as it looks.
Yeah,
you're like looking around to see if you're doing something wrong.
I'm waiting for them to just all of a sudden the punter zing the ball right by my head out of.
That's the fake that we talked about all week.
Yeah.
28-6. Cowboys start this one in New York Mills territory. And David Erlinson, shot out of a cannon once again, makes one man miss, and then a nice leg tackle there.
Yeah, just a shoestring tackle to get him. And it'll be interesting here with Roeder out. He's probably saved about 2 touchdowns of Erlinson's, and was there a guy that could kind of cover side to side and force him out of bounds. Unfortunately, it might just be a little tough for their defense to contain this Cowboy run game without him out there.
Looks like they'll give Erlinson a gain of 14 on the play. It's having a fantastic first half. It's going to be fun to tally up all that rushing. 7:22 left to go. This opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Riley Kappas. The Erlinson to his left. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw it to Charlie Craychaw. Craychaw throws the stiff arm, trying to go up the left sideline. He'll move the chains, and into the ready red zone they go.
Yeah, just a great job coming back to the football there, getting it, and then just getting outside and making the most out of what room he had there. They were playing awfully close on Roberts there. I thought that one might have went deep, but either way, he cleared that inside corner out, and that little hook or stay route about at the sticks was wide open for him. And great catch by Craychaw there.
And a little glimpse behind the curtain of how far it's come since we were in high school, Blake. They can just go and jump on Zoom and go over film together now. As they'll go with David Erlinson up the middle. He gets bottled up on that time. But Riley Kappas we'll just shoot Coach Yege a text and just say, can we hop on Zoom and just go over some stuff really quick here? And you're kind of seeing it on the reads here. So I'm loving the growth we've seen from him, and it's always fun to see a former quarterback coaching the team, obviously. So it's kind of fun to see how that relationship kind of develops, and they still got another year, obviously. So it's gonna be fun to see what their final project is gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I remember Huddle coming out and that being the biggest thing ever, to just have film at your disposal to watch and not need it on tape.
And this time around, Riley Kappas will roll out to the right, and he'll toss a bullet to Aiden Sanchez, and Sanchez makes a man miss, and that is 3 weeks in a row for Sanchez. Into the end zone he goes. 14 yards for Aiden Sanchez.
Yeah, just a nice little pitch and catch there, and stopped on a dime and walked in.
Aiden Sanchez with 5:49 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. His brother Alex Sanchez doing a great job at Concordia. It seems like every time I check, he's got a TD every week there for the Cobs. As Charlie Eggeman will look to make it 35-6, and that might have got tipped, but it's going to go through either way.
That thing made it in by about a paper-thin margin over the goalpost there. I couldn't quite tell from here. It was either over or under by a couple inches, and I'll take the officials' words for it that it was over. It's about as close as you can get to clearing the upright.
Love it. Eggeman stays perfect. We got a 35-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Choose Casey Formanek with Country Financial in Wapaton, where he makes insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, he takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what option works best for you. Call Casey at 701-353-6071 to book an appointment today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
And welcome back. 35-6 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Turner Bluffus along with Blake Wilcox, and Cowboys kind of doing what they were expected to do. You know, I know it didn't get off to maybe the start that they were expecting, but 35-6 already in the first half. What have you seen from the Cowboys that maybe you think has helped them settle in a little bit here and take control of the game, Blake?
I think their offensive line has just been imposing their will on New York Mills, especially the past few drives. I don't think Kappas has faced any pressure yet when they've tried to throw the ball, and they've really gotten downfield. They have some maulers. They have some guys that they don't want to block to the whistle. They want to block close through the whistle, and that's the mentality you need if you want to make a run in the playoffs.
That was outstanding that you said they're maulers at the same time. The entire kickoff team was mauling a guy. That was awesome. I love that the way they've been capitalizing on their big plays, that they've, like you said, when they took the shot for the end zone and they didn't score on that one, but they've done a really good job of trying to get the foot on the neck, of course.
Yeah, just how many linemen are downfield blocking on some of these big runs. It's like it's pretty easy to get complacent when guys run by you and you don't really have to do it, but when you're 10, 15 yards downfield and we see pancakes happening left and right, it's pretty impressive from that line.
Yeah, man, I know you'd shout out Keaton Butts on that pancake on that one. He does a good job of kind of being their multi-tool guy who kind of fills in at a lot of different spots on their O-line to help keep other guys fresh, because obviously a lot of other guys play both ways. As they'll drop back and throw it into the right flats, and Breckenridge just like...
Yeah, I think I've counted 3 pancakes, all from 3 different offensive linemen. I think we had one from Teagan Abel, we had one from Landon Schillinger, and then obviously the one that I had mentioned from Butts. But yeah, those guys are just doing a great job down the field.
35-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 5:14 left to go after the loss of 1 on the play. Tried to do a little swing pass there. I'm always a little nervous whenever I see a swing pass and it's going backwards. You know, that's just how I roll. If I was if that would be like one of the only things I would do differently if I was a coach. I'd be like, every single time you throw a swing pass, please let it go forward, because I can't handle that anxiety.
Yeah, especially just, the ball gets out of someone's hands, the next thing you know, then it's a fumble.
Yep.
They really haven't challenged Breckenridge vertically at all, and they keep kind of going side to side, and you just wonder if at some point they'll start trying to go deep, because obviously with Rotor out, just Breckenridge seems to have the speed to deal with that side-to-side stuff, and I think if they want to have some success here, they're going to have to try to go down the field.
We'll see what they have as they take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Highcam Construction. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM. 4:47 left to go in this opening half.
A remodel, addition, or new construction resembles a puzzle. You look at the edges, the colors, and what you envision as a finished work of art. Showplace Cabinetry, available at Dakota Cabinetry, can help you worry about one last piece of the puzzle. Do you have a picture in mind? Dakota Cabinetry can make your next project complete by offering countertops, custom tile backsplashes, custom tile showers, and flooring too. Stop by our showroom located at 898 8th Avenue South in Wapaton, or call 642-2100 to check out Showplace Cabinetry.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
And welcome back to Cowboy Field, 35-6. Turner Blavs along with Blake Wilcox. And we got a jet sweep here from New York Mills and a heck of an open field tackle from the Cowboys. And I got to see who that was on that one. Was that Gavin Hoffer or was that John Kraus?
It looked like it was John Kraus on that one. Just read it, shot through the gap, and made the tackle there. Like I said, they're really going side to side on a lot of these plays. And they need to be going north and south, and they're really trying to go east and west and haven't had a lot of success with it.
Kraus got his first TD last week. Or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. Apologies. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago in the New York Mills victory on homecoming. Hey, man, Brock Somerville putting the icing on the cake in that victory.
Looks like Finn Roeder's back out there now.
Good to hear for New York Mills. We'll see if that ankle is going to hamper him at all. And as you said, they're going to look to try to get a little vertical here, and we're setting the receivers that way at least, and we're trying to take advantage underneath, but incomplete pass. Good coverage on that play.
Yeah, that one was close to going the other way. Tried to fit it into a tight window there, and they just couldn't connect. And had they connected, I don't know if that would have had a lot of yardage behind it afterwards. It looked like there was a couple Cowboys right there ready to make a play.
Yeah, the downside of incomplete passes kind of racking up is you don't take a whole lot of time off the clock, so Breckenridge is going to get some pretty good situation when they get the ball back. Well over 3 minutes left to go here. Coach Yagi doesn't need very much time to get aggressive with the play calling, that's for sure, as New York Mills is going to boot this one away. Charlie Craychaw back to return. He'll get it near the 50. Craychaw looking up the right sideline for a very nice return. Gets hit out of bounds. Got a gain of about 18 on the play.
Yeah, that was a nice return on the right side there. Just taking what he could get, and Breckenridge is going to be in great field position once again here.
It'll start. Cowboys will start on their own 20, or their the New York Mills 28. So very good starting position to start this one off on the right hash.
Yeah, they've just dominated the field position game in this second quarter here.
David Erlinson, at this point, has 15 touchdowns on the year, all on the ground. See if he can get number 16 here before the half, or if they're going to be going with someone else. They'll go with Erlinson. Actually, Riley Kappas has it after faking the handoff. I fell for it.
That was a nice fake there. He just had one guy to beat and kind of got tripped up by what I'd consider a shoestring tackle there. And still a nice gain of 3 on first down there and keep him in favorable down and distance here.
3-yard gain for Erlinson, and kind of saw Roeder still limping on that ankle, so definitely not 100%, but last game, or potentially the last game of his career, you gotta leave it all on the field.
Yeah, he's just a gamer out there coming back from an ankle. Nothing easy to work through.
As David Erlinson works through this defense, moving the pile single-handedly, it looked like, but got to shout out his linemen that are in there. Henry Sledall, Tucker Snyder as well.
Yeah, he was a good couple yards downfield before any first contact there, and then once you give him a head of steam, he's going to take people for a few more positive yards and gives the Cowboys a nice third and real short here.
David Erlinson falls forward to make it third and a long one. 35-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys in the driver's seat here. Number 1 seed versus number 8 seed here in the Section 6A tournament. They'll fake the handoff to Erlinson. Riley Kappas looking for the end zone and is tipped up in the air and caught for a touchdown. Avery Smith. 44 looks good on you, bud.
Yeah.
Third touchdown of the year, first receiving score for Avery Smith. And who was the intended receiver on that one, Blake?
It looked like it was Levi Christensen, and that thing just got popped up. And in the words of Coach Herter, we call that one Pinball Wizard.
That was the 19-yard score in the red zone.
Just like they drew it up.
third scoring strike of the half for Kappas. Third receiver. He's got the touchdown to Cooper Roberts, another one to Aiden Sanchez, and now he finds Avery Smith as well. Cowboys make it 42-6 after the Legaman kick. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, it's Amanda at Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Brrr. Old Man Winter is right around the corner. Beat him to the punch. Call me, Amanda, and schedule a time to have your heating fuels filled. We thank you for your business.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
And welcome back, Turner Bluffus, along with Blake Wilcox. And Johnny on the spot hauling that one in was Avery Smith. And what'd you think of the way that Riley Kappas gave his receivers a shot on that one? You know, sometimes they say don't get the receivers kind of in the same area, but it might have paid off a little bit there.
Yeah, that ball probably felt like it was hanging up in the air for a long time when it popped up to Avery Smith. I'm sure it's one of those where you're almost like when you're a wide open receiver and you know it's coming to you. It felt like it was hanging up in the air forever, and he was Johnny on the spot there.
Avery Smith had 0 touchdowns through the first 7 games. Lost his jersey, and then now he's got 3 since. So number 44, Avery Smith. He did have 1 TD last year in closing minutes of a game, so he did already have 1 TD as 24. But 44, Avery Smith is different.
Yeah, I think if any of his teammates find 24, they might just hide it and or just like get rid of it because. Obviously, the double fours has been pretty lucky for him.
Yeah, you're gonna go drop that off at the Goodwill store or something like that. I don't know. Do something with the 24. We might see Isaac Thonis wearing it at WeFest, like we did his 70 or 77 or whatever it was. We saw him there, buddy. That was wild. That's one of the wildest WeFest jerseys I've ever seen. But 2:11 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 42-6. Breckenridge in the driver's seat, and New York Mills after. Some great coverage there from the kickoff team. They're actually going to start inside their own 10.
Yeah, they kicked that one deep. The first one they've kicked deep, and now they are deep in their own territory.
See if Mills is probably just going to keep it on the ground here, try to take it into halftime. They got 2:11 to try to get some more points here as they trail 42-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And a nice run through the defense there. And, somehow he's still going. I was going to say you got taken out the legs, didn't you? But still picking up the yards. And that was Everett Ruther on that carry. Ruther, who had the touchdown in the homecoming game in Week 7 that the Cowboys squared off with Mills. New York Mills' 2 victories this year. They bested Monaga the week before they played Breck. Then they got blown out by Breck and followed it up by besting Wadena in the regular season finale. Now here they are back at Cowboy Field, trailing 42-6. Trips left. Handoff up the middle once again. I believe that actually was Brock Somerville getting in on the tackle that time. I'm double checking it now to see if it's 4 or 44. So I don't keep getting him and Avery mixed up. Breckenridge has 3 touchdowns through the air, 3 on the ground. Riley Kappas has got 4 total on the day. Taking one in himself while also throwing a trio to 3 different receivers. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lone back in the pistol set. Motion another man in the backfield. And they'll go handoff up the middle. It's actually going to be close to a first down. Ruther trying to move the sticks here before the half runs out. 36 seconds remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Shout out some of the guys who are out here. We had said John Krause earlier. Hunter Bogenreef getting some run, number 22. 57, Rylan Davis. Still got the main starters in the secondary and for the linebacking core for a few of those, but Keaton Butts It's run on the D line. And we got 3rd and 1. Michelle Stock must have sensed that I hadn't been drinking my water. So she's going to come through. Number 1 Cowboys superfan, if you weren't aware.
I was not aware.
Yeah, she's... Coach Yegi was telling me they show up everywhere. And they'll stuff this run to force 4th and down, but likely New York Mills
just take it to the half here.
I don't think Coach Yegi is going to get too aggressive here with a timeout to try to force a punt, but you never know.
Unfortunately, it looks like on that drive, Roeder is off now on the track, just kind of trying to walk back and forth and keep that thing loose. Unfortunately, it may look like his night could be over, which would be a big loss for New York Mills, obviously. Just unfortunate.
As they will take it into halftime. Breckenridge will take a 42-6 lead into the locker room, and we'll come back with your Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, your number 1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. We take a little bit of a longer break. That's just me tallying up stats. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Fall is here, and Ripper Sports Store has you covered. Check out their brand new fall sports apparel and gear up for the season. And it's not just sports. Rippers also offers professional inscription work for your business attire. Look sharp on the field and in the office with Ripper Sports Store.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
And welcome back. Look at that, folks. I almost jumped the gun and said that we were at halftime when, in reality, a timeout was called with 1 second left. And I don't know if Breckenridge was able to get everyone off the field, but they're going to toss it down the field for an incomplete pass.
Penalty flag on the field here.
Likely going to say that Breckenridge had too many men on the field, I'm thinking. So Mills has ended up coming back to bite Breckenridge. They were the one who took the timeout. Oh. Be on the defense.
I didn't see who called the timeout, to be honest. I thought it was going to go to half. My guess is that Mills took their last one.
Oh,
maybe
gotcha.
to throw a Hail Mary, just try to get some sort of momentum just because they are going to receive the ball in the second half here. And, you know, I guess.
I think it was just because I was just joking that Coach Yegi did. I was so confident in it. I was like, oh,
yeah,
he did it.
Because I believe they had one timeout left. But, yeah, I don't think any of us were expecting them to use it, but here they go. They'll get another shot at it and probably try to huck it deep.
That last second timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. We'll see what the Eagles have for this one as they try tossing it up the sideline and out of bounds. So this time I mean it. We are going into the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Your number 1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. 42-6, your Cowboys lead at the break.
Get more done with Lilligard, your local Bobcat dealer and full-service heavy-duty truck shop in Wahpeton. From rugged Bobcat compact tractors and loaders to expert truck repairs, Lilligard keep your farm, acreage, and fleet running strong. Whatever the job, mowing, fencing, grading, or keeping your big rigs on the road, count on Lilligard for power and reliability. Visit Lilligard on Highway 13 West in Wahpeton or call 701-642-9129. Lilligard, built to keep you moving. Kraus Brothers Construction is a diversified construction aggregate materials, heavy equipment, and trucking company serving the Red River Valley with locations in Wahpeton, Hankinson, Veblen, South Dakota, and Rolog, Minnesota. Give them a call today at 701-642-4488. Kraus Brothers Construction prides themselves in offering and producing outstanding service and superior products to their customers. Give Kraus Brothers Construction a call today at 701-642-4488. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Everybody likes discounts, and really, who doesn't want to save money, especially on their auto insurance? Hi, I'm Carson Zard, a Nodak Insurance Company agent in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Talk to me about how we can save you money by taking advantage of our multi-vehicle, multi-line, EFT, safe driver, and good student discounts. Call 701-642-9251 for your quote. I'm Carson Zard, your agent with answers. I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call for a quote today.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com. Fall is here, and Gripper Sports Store has you covered. Check out their brand new fall sports apparel and gear up for the season. And it's not just sports. Grippers also offers professional inscription work for your business attire. Look sharp on the field and in the office with Gripper Sports Store.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
And welcome to your Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. Your number one grain marketing and agriculture supply company. Turner Bluffus along with Blake Wilcox as the Breckenridge Cowboys have a 42-6 lead here at the half. Breckenridge just really, came out just maybe a smidge slow for their expectations, which have been they've had super high expectations for themselves, obviously, this year. But I was loving the way that they kind of settled in for the rest of the half and took control of the game. What did you like that you saw from the Cowboys here in the opening half, Blake?
Yeah, I think compared to last game, New York Mills had just made some adjustments on how they were showing their fronts and how many guys they were putting in the box. And sometimes if it's something you haven't seen or they just change things up from the time before, you can be expecting one thing and maybe they come out with something else. And I think just the blockers for the Cowboys, especially offensive line, just kind of settling into a rhythm and feeling like they knew where guys were going to be when you're supposed to block them can make a big difference. And you could kind of tell when that switch flipped that then things started going their way. You get a couple turnovers after that, and you get short fields, and then all of a sudden now the playbook opens up, and you got Kappas throwing it left and right, and now New York Mills just kind of put in a tough position because if you can't stop the run and then you can't stop the pass or the pass opens up the run, they just did a really good job of kind of, from a complete standpoint, operating the way they wanted to once people set in.
Yeah, and a lot of good methodical drives from the Cowboys to put points on the board here. We'll run through that scoring for you to get to this 42-6 score here at the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Start off with a 6-yard touchdown grab from Cooper Roberts, just mossing a dude for the 6-yard TD to make it 7-0. Finn Roeder coming back with a 4-yard touchdown for New York Mills. The 2-point conversion was no good, making it 7-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. David Erlinson with the first of his 2 scores, coming in from 4 yards out. That came with 24.6 seconds left. And I forgot to write down the yardage on his other score. Apologies. You remember what Dave scored on his other one in the second
one? It was from 16 out.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Similar plays. One was just a little bit longer than the other.
Get into the corner. I wrote it down on his stats. I just didn't have it on the scoring, so apologies. But Riley Kappas, 39 yards up the right sideline for a TD. And then we got Aiden Sanchez hauling in a 14-yard grab, making a guy miss and walking in for 6. And then 19 yards out from Avery Smith. So Aiden and Avery both hauling in a grab, and Avery's was fun off of a deflection in the end zone, hauling it in. Almost felt like he had to wait for a fair catch before he caught it. But
yeah, that ball seemed like it was hanging in the air forever, and then fell right in his lap.
Yeah, as we'll run through the stats for you too. I got Riley Cabas 4 for 6 on the day, once again with 3 touchdown passes. I got him for 49 yards unofficially. And then on the ground, I got him for 5 carries for 92 yards, including that 39-yard TD. David Erlinson already up to 15 carries here in the opening half. That might be the most carries he's gotten in a game all year, and we're already doing it here at the first half. 106 yards on those 15 carries. I got Avery Smith for 2 carries for 23 yards. And then hauling in some grabs, we got Charlie Craychaw matching his number with 18 yards on his 1 catch. Aiden Sanchez with a 14-yard TD. Avery Smith's 11-yard grab. Cooper Roberts, only 1 catch for 6 yards. And some defensive stats for you. Connor Ernst had a nice TFL, a fumble force from Henry Sledadal, which was recovered by Tucker Snyder. And then another fumble recovery from Brock Somerville on that kickoff, which might be the contender for play of the game right now. I think it's going to be a toss-up between that and the batted ball in the end zone, which was, that one's kind of more symbolic, or was kind of more, probably more fitting for how this game has gone, I guess I should say, of lucky bounces going Breckenridge's way.
Yeah, I want to say candidate for play of the game for either one, but I also have to almost throw out the caveat of so far, because I can see the way this game's been going, there could be a couple other bounces. It's just a couple plays you don't normally see, and I also think if you're Breckenridge, you're probably pretty happy after the first half when your quarterback has more touchdowns than he does incompletions.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for you to see the J-Lo bros if they get to kind of get unleashed here out of the backfield. They're some fun guys to watch and give you a nice little preview of the coming years for Cowboy football. But we'll continue the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. You're listening to Cowboy football on B92.7 FM. Breckenridge leads 42-6 at the half of their playoff opener.
Are you tired of fixing the same problems? Here at Reddy, we offer performance seating solutions that last. Whether it's new parts for your drill or a complete rebuild of your air seeder, we can help. We resolve your challenges through in-house engineering, manufacturing, and sourcing of the highest quality North American-made products. We are ready to bring our passion and expertise directly to your farm to solve all your equipment challenges. Reach out to us at 701-205-1485 and schedule your free inspection today.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Get your vehicle ready with the Fall Fresh Start Tire event at Smith Motors in Wapaton. Now through November 30th, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1 on select brands with installation. Plus, get up to an $80 rebate on shocks and struts and up to a $40 rebate on brake pads and rotors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com today.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Superior Builders is a proud sponsor of tonight's Breckenridge baseball game. Brian Bernades and his team of building pros are ready to meet your needs. Superior Builders of Wapaton has served farmers, ranchers, commercial businesses, and home builders throughout North Dakota since 2005. With a focus on providing economical, durable, and aesthetically pleasing pole buildings, Superior Builders has built a reputation for quality work and satisfied clients. Contact Superior Builders today to get started on your dream building by calling 701-238-7740.
Welcome back to your Section 6A quarterfinal matchup. Breckenridge, a commanding 42-6 lead over New York Mills, a team that they bested 65-6 just a few weeks ago, and the Cowboys kind of picking up where they left off for the most part. As I said earlier, a little bit of a slower start than they're kind of used to, but still 42-6 at half. Who's going to complain about that? As that's kind of champagne problems here when we're just like, I don't know. I think we could have seen a little better half from the Cowboys, but. That's just how it's been. Breckenridge has kind of just been rolling everybody this year, and they continue to kind of steamroll everybody that gets in their way. And we'll see if we get any other Section 6A scores coming in here. Feel free to send them my way if you got my number, or if you want to send it out to Robert as well. And Robert sent me a clip of a very aggressive hit from the game that I'm going to make sure to go watch back later, but that doesn't sound good. But hopefully everyone's going to be all right following this ball game. I know looks like Jackson Riggs is warming up with the squad, so hopefully he's going to be all right. 42-6, once again, your score as we begin the second half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard here in the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. And I know that my key to the game, I believe, was just contain Finn Roeder, so I guess we don't really need to revisit that point as he's got an ankle injury, so he's going to probably be kept out of the game entirely. So it's almost like they overachieved there, but I'm not saying they tried to hurt him.
The first quarter was a pretty close game.
Yeah.
And honestly, until that turnover, it really felt like it was going to be a little bit of a back and forth. And then momentum's a big thing, especially when you get into the playoffs, and especially at every level of football. But momentum just completely shifted to the Cowboys side. I mean, we were down to the point where they almost stopped the Cowboys on that first drive, 4th and goal, and would have been coming back, and had the drive ended the same way, they would have been up to start the game, and then all of a sudden game kind of gets away from you, and one of your featured players goes down, and it's a recipe for a 42-6 first half with that just flurry of points in the second half from the Cowboys.
New York Mills will get the ball to start off the second half. Cowboys setting out the kick team. We'll see if we can get some guys shouted out here. We got number 55, Grayson Abel. Grayson Abel did a good job in the reps that he got last week. We heard some good things from Coach Yagi about him as we once again wrap up the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Eggman, we'll see how crafty he's going to get on the kickoff here. Which row is going to be tormented with a kick this time around?
The only one that he's missed is the front row, so I mean that'd be really something if
they're due.
Just picked one of them and
there's my guy. Just sent it flying right off.
Just kicked it right out. Hey, if you miss, the worst thing is you got a nice squib to start the half. If you hit him, it might come right back to you.
Got Joey Lopez on this near side, Brock Somerville, Hunter Bogenreef, John Krause, Connor Ernst, the wedge buster. Keep an eye on him as he soars down the field.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say there's nobody there to get it. Eggman's going to put it in the end zone.
They were really confident that was going to bounce in the end zone. The way it was spinning, especially that last kick looked like it had the one that was, I shouldn't say the last kick, but the one that the Cowboys recovered was, had a lot of backspin on it. That was one that if it would have broke the right way, the Cowboys might have fell on it at about the 4-yard line. That's,
They've got enough lucky breaks today and lucky bounces today.
Well, it had like a side spin on it.
Yeah.
Almost looked like the way that those NFL kickers have been kicking it now. That's been driving returners pretty crazy.
Yeah, these soccer players are different, man.
Crosswind probably's got a little bit of a effect on it too.
We'll see what New York Mills has. They got a pair of receivers to the right, one to the left, tight end in as well. Go with a toss to the left, and right away the toss is mishandled, and Breckenridge has got it. John Krause had his first TD a couple weeks ago, and now he's got his first fumble recovery on varsity.
Yeah, this is just one of those nights where the Cowboys are literally getting every bounce to go their way, and that was just one that was a procedural thing, just trying to handle the snap and hand it off, and now the Cowboys are going to flip it around and be in the red zone.
Yeah, ready, red zone they go. They'll start on the New York Mills 15. Just a tough way to start off the half. Your opening play of the half, fumbling it away. That's
looks like Kappas' night might be done.
Oh, well, we got a new Kappas in the game, Blake. We got Jordan Kappas, Riley's younger brother, taking over the quarterback duties. He'll hand it off, and going over to the right side is Joey Lopez. Joey Lopez taking a couple guys with him. And now there is a flag. Looks like one of the Eagle players might have had a late push on that one.
Yeah, it looked like they might have just had some frustration there and had a little extra after the play. Either that or got him by the face mask. There was a little bit of twisting when he went down. It'll be interesting to see what the officials say here.
Joey Lopez running that one. Got about half the yards he needed to get into the end zone, but see what they call. Unsportsmanlike on the defense.
Yeah, I just think some frustration with where the score is and how that first play on offense started from them. Just a little something after the play, and that's going to hurt them even more. I think Breckenridge will now be, first and goal at the 5.
All right. Well, looks like they'll give Lopez 5 yards on that carry. First toe to the game, and see if they're going to go back to him again here. That might mean that bulk of the starters are going to be done here. We still got the O-line in.
And Roder's out there gutting it out. I mean, props to him. What a competitor, you know. What's likely going to be the last game of his career, obviously. Going to give it his all. And
we still got most of the starting line in the ball game, or if not the whole starting O-line. And then, actually, apologies, Keaton Butts rotating in along with Rylan Davis. But we still got Schillinger in the game, or Sullivan Michael in the game, along with Tucker Snyder.
I don't know if we had a question on where the spot was going to be. There we go.
Yeah. Landon Schillinger also at a tackle still. Jordan Kappas. First and goal from the 5 in the ready red zone. He'll hand it off to Joey Lopez. Looks like there was a little bit of movement beforehand. Legal procedure, so he'll take those 5 yards right back. They just got on the penalty.
Yeah, anytime you kind of have a mass substitution like this with different guys coming in, you know, it's pretty typical to see something like that happen. And hopefully these guys will get into a rhythm and just enjoy the fact that, you know, being out there and playing in a playoff game, it's a great atmosphere, and hopefully they can clean it up a little bit here.
We'll see what Jordan Kappas has in store for his offense. The only guy on the team, I'm told, who watches more tape than the starting quarterback. The backup quarterback. That's what you like to hear. Jordan Kappas. With Joey Lopez to his left. He'll hand it off to Lopez. Trying to be a patient runner. And New York Mills stacking that one up. See how many they're going to give Joey.
Yeah, looking for the spot to come in here.
Yeah, there's been a few times. Been a few times this looks like they give him a yard on that one, but there's been a couple times where I've really kind of these late in these games you see these glimpses of Joey where he kind of reminds me of Jacob Visner when he was a sophomore. He would get some run because they were already loaded with running backs, so he'd come in as a sophomore and steal the show at the end of a game, and it's like, oh boy, I can't wait till Wait till he's a little older. We still got another year of Joey next year, so. As they roll out to the left, Kappas toss into the end zone. It's going to be picked off. There is a flag on the play, though, and another flag in the end zone. Oh, I forgot it was Jordan Kappas. I was going to say Riley Kappas' first pick since week 1, but then I remember we got to
see. This might be offsetting. I'm not sure what obviously there's going to be a different penalty in the secondary there. It looked like he caught it in the end zone. I don't know if he got taken down. Refs are discussing this one right here.
Yeah, it was kind of late.
Yeah, that one looked kind of late. I don't know if it was like a face mask, but then the other one's at the line of scrimmage where you'd think would be in the area of offensive holding, but we'll just have to see what the officials come to the conclusion with here.
Breckenridge undefeated in the regular season. It just hit me. I went through the whole regular season without seeing the new mercy rule, the 2-minute third quarter, so I'll just keep chasing that like a unicorn. Hopefully we'll see one next year. As
we're just having trouble getting through the first 2 minutes of the third quarter here with
10:52 left to go. Yeah,
the turnovers.
Now, the first half was kind of like this too. Like, I'm not complaining at all, but I was just like, this has been a long first half. It's kind of weird. Feels like we should be done with the third quarter by now.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, stoppages, incomplete passes towards the end.
It's kind of crazy because the game started an hour earlier. So usually right now we'd be like just about to hop into halftime, I feel like, or getting ready to churn through the second quarter. But here we are, 7:40 at night, 42-6, your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And after a very long referee summit, we got holding on the offense. Declined. And then a face mask. It looks like the receiver in the end zone got a piece of the face mask on the player who picked it off. So that's going to be the penalty they're going to accept. So
they were both on the Cowboys there. It looks like, I'm guessing the ball will come out to the 20 on the
plus 15
touchback and then add the 15 to it.
Makes sense.
All right, both the penalties were against the Cowboys.
But look how fast we just figured that out, Blake. I don't know. I don't know what they had to discuss on that one.
I thought it might have been offsetting the way they were talking about it, but I mean, obviously, you're going to take the one that results in you getting the football and add it on to.
I'm trying to remember who my color guy was when I was freaking out about the officials the whole week. Maybe that was Cooper who had to rein me in a little bit there. I don't remember who it was, but I was losing my mind the whole broadcast. This is the most minor of complaints. Sorry for taking a little too long, guys. You guys are doing a better job than I would be. I'd have already thrown 2 kids out of this game. But 42-6.
So, we have first and 10.
Huh? I guess they're just started on the 20. That's strange.
So they just got the result of where the play would have been, even with the face mask. Maybe did he try to take it out of the end zone? I didn't think he tried to take it out of the end zone.
Because then he'd be like at the 15 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And now this is it's a nightmare of a play blown up on that one. I don't know what got miscommunicated on that one, but Hunter Bogenreef helping out on that one. His brother Big O was out there a bit ago, I think. Owen Bogenreef. I'm not seeing number 75 out there, so maybe I just imagined him going in there. Oh, he's over on the sideline now. What do I know? 42-6, once again on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge tried taking a toss to the end zone, and it was picked off. I didn't see who got the pick. And I want to say that's the second interception this year for Jordan Kappas, but I could be wrong.
They're
going to bust a run up the right sideline. Cowboys able to force him out of bounds. And I want to say that was number 16 stopping the touchdown. Rylan Turner. Joey Lopez stopping the touchdown, looks like.
Yeah, that Brazel's got some speed there, and he just kind of hit the edge and found a seam and made the most out of it.
Joey Lopez will get a breather. Chase Kruger into the game. He's out there with Gavin Hoffert in the secondary. Joel Lopez on the other side at a corner. Two receivers each side. They'll motion one of them into the backfield where they have one running back, and then they'll do a swing play, and Oh, apologies. Better make sure to follow that with the camera. And oh boy, is the ball out again? It looked like that was going to get bobbled out and fumbled right away.
And that almost looked like one of those laterals we were talking about that always makes you a little bit nervous.
I wanted to...
Either way, a loss, pretty big loss on that one.
I was trying to see who forced that one loose over there on the outside. Maybe that was John Krause flying over there, disrupting the pitch. We'll try to do a little better job on the camera work, too. Sorry, folks. 42-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. The slowest start to the third quarter you'll ever see, but they got trips left. We'll see if they motion one of those men in the backfield. They will not. They'll throw a toss instead to that side. Forcing the man outside is Joel Lopez. Joel Lopez, and no, they're actually going to get out of that one. Brock Somerville is going to have to clean it up, so that's why you keep pursuing the ball. Eventually some help's going to make its way over there for you. Jonah Kunkel, one of the tacklers.
And it was just a good job of getting your hands on the guy when you're, that far back on a 2nd and long, and just allowing your teammates to come and help finish him off.
We'll see if we can shout out some other guys here that haven't gotten in the game yet. Jackson Lopez getting his first action on defense. He's someone that they're going to be really excited about next year. Holding it down on defense. He's already been an animal on the kickoff team this year. And 2 receivers each side. New York Mills under pressure, getting flushed out to the right, and Hunter Bogenreef is going to try to get the sack, ends up tossing the man. Ball gets thrown out of bounds, and now there's going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah, I don't.
A little excessive on the swing down, or what are we thinking?
I don't know who he was throwing it to.
So they're saying...
it looks like it might have been grounding.
Gotcha.
Yep.
But are you out of the pocket?
Wentz.
Are you out of the pocket though?
I still think you have to get it back to the line.
Back to the line. That's.
I'm not 100% sure. I know the high school, college,
that makes
and pro
sense.
rules
No,
are all a little bit
the
different, but there either wasn't anyone in the area or he didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage.
I thought it was one of those things where maybe his arm got hit, but yeah, you're right.
He looked like he kind of just flipped it. It was,
So 4th and a mile, and we'll see who they got back to return. Joel Lopez. Scored on an 80-yard rush last week, so we'll see if he gets to dazzle on this for Breckenridge's first punt return TD of the year, but I think there's only been one real returnable punt so far today, and there's been a couple that have been a little too short to get a handle on.
Yeah, the last one that I believe Craychaw took was a pretty decent punt. And
even that was a little shallow, but at least returnable. And Joel Lopez will get a returnable one. Actually goes through the hands, but he's able to scoop it up. Tries getting by the man. He'll end up getting taken down just past the 40, so Breckenridge will take over 58 yards away from Paydert. Or apologies. About more like 60 yards away. As 7:47 is left to go in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Here in the first playoff game of the Section 6A tournament, Jordan Kappas heading out to meet with the squad. As we mentioned, Owen Bogenreef earlier, he's out there for the squad. Try to get some of those other linemen into the mix here.
Yeah, get some of these guys some nice playoff experience.
And not going to get it there. Has a little bit of movement beforehand once again. Also in the game, Grayson Abel. We mentioned earlier, number 55. Owen Bogenreef, we had mentioned, where's number 75? What else we got here? Said Ryland Turner already. I think we got everybody. As Brock Somerville wears number 4. Chase Kruger's 12. I know we got one lineman we're trying to track down over on the far side there. I want to say that's Peyton Murdoff, number 60, a freshman lineman on the squad. 2 receivers out to the left. wing back and a tight end to the right. Joey Lopez goes up the middle. Maybe going to get a couple yards.
Joey Lopez on the carry.
So a couple of those yards back after
Brock Luther and
losing some on the penalty. 7:32 left to go in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I don't think any of the starters are in the game anymore. If they are, they're playing on a different, on the other side of the ball from where they usually start. Gavin Hoffer being an example, playing receiver right now. You're starting the game at free safety. We'll see if they try to get any counter plays to their wingback, Brock Somerville. And instead they go with Joel Lopez, his first carry of the day, and that was a nice hit. Here by the sideline. Finn Roeder getting up and limping once again.
Yeah, Somerville did a good job of setting the edge there for him. They just had someone to come in and fill on that one, and gain of a few on that.
Joel Lopez's first rush of the day. And 6:37 left to go in the second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge took a 42-6 lead in the halftime, and that is still the score. It's kind of how it goes sometimes when the backups come in. It's a little hard for them to get anything going sometimes, so maybe not as many fireworks, but the way that they've been busting out big plays at the end of games, we'll see if we get something different this time around as Joel Lopez gets another rush up the right side. A lot of room to run and doing a good job of being patient, waiting for the blocks to set up. Was waiting for Carter and Galski run in front of him, so I guess I didn't shout out everybody yet. Great job leading up on the block on that one.
Yeah, just a good job of finding his blockers there and just being patient behind them and taking what they had and moving the chains. Much needed first down for the Cowboys there.
Looks like a 12-yard rush for Joel Lopez.
Just to kind of get these guys into a little bit of a rhythm. You know, you're coming in. There might be a little bit of nerves. I think we all probably remember a little bit of our debuts in some playoff games or meaningful games, and always fun to be out there, but, you know, just letting the nerves die down a little bit and settling in for some of these guys that are getting their first playoff action.
I hope they're not out there just to cause mischief. That was always mine. I was like, I'm not getting a lot of opportunities today, so something funny's got to happen when I go out there. So keep me entertained at least. As Joel Lopez is going to shed one tackler and try to get back to the line. A few Eagles waiting for him.
Lopez on the carry. Eli Vaughn in on the stop.
So Joel's going to lose about 3 or 4 on the play.
2nd and 12 for the Cowboys.
2nd and 13. As who do we got coming in? Keaton Butts back.
I thought
in
I
the
heard a
game.
whistle there a little bit afterwards, but there just must have been a little bit of blocking downfield.
And Breckenridge. It's a pair of receivers split out to the right. Chase Kruger and Gavin Hoffer. Jordan Kappas working out of the gun with a running back to his right. 5:14 left to go. And here comes the sweep to Brock Somerville up the right side. Somerville looking to cut it up and get to the sideline. And Breckenridge is a little upset from some extracurriculars after. It's getting a little chippy
Mills
out
is
there.
getting a little chippy out there. They can kind of feel the game slid away from them, and, you know, got some guys taking shots on some other dudes.
Yeah, about 10 yards away from the play, all of a sudden you see 2 guys on top of Joel Lopez for some reason, and Chase Kruger being a good teammate, going over there and getting in on the fun. Keaton Butts out of the game. Let's hope, I don't know if everyone remembers what happens if you get thrown out of a game. You're suspended for the next game, which, you know, for Mills isn't going to matter, but you don't want to.
No, you just got to keep your cool here. And the officials are doing a good job of shutting that stuff down right when it's starting. But, yeah, you can tell that there's some frustration on the other side here that's starting to boil over.
42-6. Breckenridge in the lead once again on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Nice rush there from Brock Somerville. I don't know how many he ended up with. I'm just going to give him about 12. And this time around, we got a fumbled exchange.
Yeah, it just looked like they were.
They're saying Mills got it.
Got it there.
So Eagles will get the ball back. They forced 2 turnovers here in this second half, but we'll We'll see if this is the one that they're going to be able to turn into points, or if the Breckenridge's backup defense is going to be able to hold true here. Number 61, Michael Rogan, going to shout him out. See if we got some other newcomers out there. 52, Marcus Rickles. We get some work on the D-line. Breckenridge will host the Saturday game, pending the craziest comeback you've ever seen. Scheduled for 2 o'clock. Take on the winner of OTC and I believe Pine River Bacchus is the other one. Apologies as we get the ball out again. And we'll see who's able to get on top of that one. Pine River Bacchus, yes it was. Apologies.
Second down. Looks like they recovered it there. And somebody must have buttered up the football at halftime.
So Mills able to get the ball back. Now second. Oh, they're able to get a yard on that one? Interesting. So I was second and 9.
Just like they drew it up, fumbling forward for a yard.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, but we'll roll with it. 4:04 left to go in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Turner Bluff is along with Blake Wilcox. And New York Mills looking to get some more points on the board here before their season comes to an end. They'll work out of the I formation. Brock Somerville, the first Cowboy there to try to get hands on him, and he's able to come back and make a good effort the second time around. And I think there was already a flag way behind the play.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in the area of offensive holding here.
So New York Mills.
I think on that cutback, somebody had some jersey grabbed, and it was a nice cutback by the running back there. But obviously, if you're an offensive lineman and all of a sudden your back goes from one side to the other, it's pretty easy to be locked up, and then you see the flag come out for it.
Yeah. I remember our jerseys feeling like bungee cords, and someone grabbed the back of my number one time, and I took off running, and all of a sudden I just felt myself getting yanked back. I said, "You got to watch out for that, man."
I just remember going from the loose jerseys to the tight jerseys and how much of a difference that made.
It was difficult, man.
I remember there's no excuses when you had those jerseys that were about skin tight. It just took 3 of your teammates to rip them off at the end of the game.
We won our first 4 games. We're like, man, these tight jerseys, man, we might be onto something. and now we got another fumbled snap. It's a fumble fest here in the third quarter. 3:15 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And as I mentioned, the section pairings, Breckenridge obviously here against New York Mills. Parker's Prairie taking on 7th Nevis. Parker's Prairie number 2 in the section, by the way. Walker, Hackensack, Akeley right behind them. They're both 7-1. They host LPA, the 6th seed tonight, and then OTC in the 4-5 matchup against 3-5 Pine River Bacchus. And New York Mills has 2:40 left to go in this third quarter, and a 3rd and 13 to work with. Oh, actually 3rd and 18 to work with, as we got another flag. The fun keeps happening. Eagles get moved back some more.
A little bit of movement on that offensive line is going to back them up to 3rd and even longer here.
Moving them back like all season solutions will move your snow, I'm assuming. So make sure to hit them up. Tucker Snyder does great work. But 2:34 left to go as we got a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Highcam Construction. 2:34 left in the third quarter, I should say. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable now.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
(42-6) is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge Cowboys looking to take care of business in the opening round of the Section 6A tournament. Turner Bluffus along with Blake Wilcox, and a little bit of a different format here with Section 6A, kind of from what we were used to. But remember, we were always in 6AA, kind of in no man's land, so we never even knew any of the teams that we got in the postseason. So I'll take familiarity here in single A over double A, just being a crapshoot.
Yeah, we were kind of all over the place. It was like you'd play. I think there was a few teams that crossed over. I remember we had a similar situation our junior year where we played, I believe we played Wadena.
Yep.
And then we played them about 2 weeks later in an opening match.
Yep. Oh, I thought we were going to get a pick six there. This time around, it was going to be number 14, Cam McDonald.
I think that was the last year we were undefeated as well, if I remember correctly, kind of eerily similar.
Yep. I felt pretty silly when I said on the air, I don't know if they've ever been number one in QRF, and someone said they did it when you were on the team, buddy. I was like, oh, we just had our eye on the prize. We were thinking about QRF rankings.
Yeah, that's when QRF was coming out. And
when they actually started using it, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's
right.
That
was so crazy. We were like, really? Seems a little helter skelter. As New York Mills is going to boot this one away. Oh, that was mishandled. So New York Mills is going to recover it, and I believe that was touched by the Cowboys. So it would be Eagles' ball. They saying he didn't touch it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, worked out for Breck then.
It was awfully close there, and it honestly looked like if he would have went up to touch it, we might have had. I don't really know if he got the ability to catch the ball there. It looked like that was a pretty bang, and
odd.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Breckenridge's offense heading back out there. Threw a pick a couple possessions ago and then fumbled it away there last time. So looking to get something going here. Joey Lopez running the play in. Likely going to see a lot of him in the run game. Or maybe if they'll be trying to get someone else out in space here. One of these receivers, whether it be Chase Kruger or Jonah Kunkel. The motion Brock Somerville over and hand it off to Joey Lopez. Joey Lopez nowhere to go, though. The Eagles swallow that up. 2:18 left to go in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Not a whole lot of excitement here in the third. Just unless you're really big into fumbles, then this is your time to shine. As Paxton Yagi is going to get some time to shine here. Nice luxury for Breckenridge to have two good quarterbacks coming up in the wings potentially. We'll see. Paxton's older brother, Coop. Hoping to get him on the broadcast Saturday, folks. Thanks for tuning in to give you a little sneak peek of who my planned color guy is for that time. And then I got a surprise for the section championship game as a little bit of a surprise for the Breckenridge offense as they fumble this one, and we'll see if they're able to get back on top of it.
Oh, we had do we have a flag and a hat coming off? The official threw his hat there.
Yeah, I don't know
if he lost. Oh, unsportsmanlike maybe here.
All right. Both teams. All right. Couple of offsetting penalties. Couple guys talking after the play, evidently, and
yeah.
We'll offset, and we'll just get back to normal.
Yeah, you do bring up a good point. You just got to be careful, not let your emotions get the best of you. This one's pretty much in hand at this point,
Yeah.
and
They got
a
nothing to
returner
lose.
like Lopez just needs to keep his cool the rest of the game, and not worth having to miss a future game if you get a second unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, but every single teammate will say the same thing. That's just how he is. That's just he's just wired that way. He feels a way about it for some reason every time he gets tackled, which is kind of a good mentality to have, but might get you in trouble there. As we got the Jackson Lopez Wildcat set, the Jack's Cat set, I believe is what it was called when Eli was on the broadcast.
Yeah, I like that.
Jack's Cat for about 8 of those yards they're hoping to get back. Sets up 4th and 4. So the fourth quarterback we've seen get some action.
Yeah, just a little direct snap and put his foot in the ground and went on that one. And Made it fourth and manageable.
Some good acceleration. Jackson's a heck of a hockey player as well. He's just helped the Blades to probably their best season in school history or in team history last year. So excited to see what him and the Blades are going to put together this year, as well as we wind down this third quarter. 35 seconds left to go before they head into the fourth. And they're going to go with Lopez on a sweep to the right this time. Cuts it inside, trying to make one of the Eagles miss, but he's got a few of them waiting for him.
Jackson Lopez. On the carry.
Lopez
Drive on the
pop back up as they'll not get the first down. So Breckenridge bringing the defense back out.
Yeah, and I don't think there was, obviously you kind of look at the score and you're thinking about why'd they go for it there. I don't think there was any ill intent from the Cowboys at all. Just one of those things where when you get this far down the depth chart, I know getting special teams units with guys that don't necessarily play, it's just one of those things. It's easier to just run a play there than it is to try to figure out who's going to punt.
Yeah, or bring out some starters. And
then something happens. Just no reason for that. I think it was a smart move by the Cowboys there. Obviously, they turned it over, but
if you throw on fourth down, though, that's what you might. Yeah, you might get some. You might get some grief for that one. But I had someone make a good point to me that in the age of RPOs, you got to keep them a little more honest than in past years. And to which I said, let's just not call RPOs then in these closing minutes.
Yeah.
But someone else had made a good point to me, like, well, we're sending our freshmen out there to get walloped by a starting defense, so like we got to keep them honest a little bit. I was
Carson, coming from his Bison lineage, would probably tell you that an RPO stands for Run Power Opt.
Yeah, there you go.
That is what I have heard from a few former players. They love to run RPOs.
I love that. Yeah, that's what everyone will tell you. They run power better than anyone in the country, so they'll tell you. As they got two receivers each side for the Eagles, and good amount of room to run there for the first down. Called a gain of 11 or 12 for Ryder Davis. And Kunkel making the tackle, so they'll stop the clock with the first down. 18 seconds remaining in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Nobody has scored in this third quarter, which is probably why it seems like it's been taking so long. As this final 12 seconds winds down, it looks like Mills is not going to run a play. And once again, this used to be a lot more of an exciting phrase that I used to say when I would do these broadcasts, because they used to be, kind of exciting type battles, but Breckenridge has been blowing everybody out, so it's been a little weird when I say, get your fours up, everybody. We got the fourth quarter coming your way next. Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. You're listening on B92.7.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2KN today.
And welcome back as New York Mills just put together a nice run to start off the fourth quarter as Turner Balafas and Blake Wilcox, and Breckenridge's second-round opponent has been determined as OTC picked up a 30-6 victory on their home field to advance. So fourth seeded OTC coming to town on Saturday, 2 o'clock kickoff. Make sure to tune in here on B92.7 FM. And Parker's Prairie, I was told 51-16, I think the final on that one, and haven't heard the score in the other matchup, so we'll make sure to let you know if we hear a score for Walker, Hackensack, Akeley, and LPA.
Breckenridge versus OTC in the playoffs. A tale as old as time, huh?
That it has, unfortunately.
We played them once.
Yeah.
Your brother played them twice. Your other brother played them twice.
Yep.
And I think they've played, what, 2 or 3 times since then at least?
Yep. They, I think both times junior and senior year for Carson, unfortunately. Oh, that was tough. They were so good. I don't know what was going on. Easton will give you, if next time you run into Easton, you got to tell him to give you like a thorough breakdown of the OTC team that beat them. You would have thought they were the Avengers. It was crazy. He's like, it was literally like 2 guys are on the NDSU track team.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And it's like, whoa. It's like on the same roster. That's not fair. As we got running time for the fourth quarter as well. And John Krause setting the tone there. I can't wait for when he's a senior. He's gonna, a couple of years, he might be the heart of that defense.
Yeah, he's just got a motor out there. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, it's a good group that sophomore and freshman class. JV was putting together a good season this year. Joel Lopez, a freshman on the squad. Brock Somerville, a freshman. Paxton Iggy.
Yeah, and I think, you get into a position like this and you're kind of thinking it's fourth quarter. There's, clock's running now at this point. But, I mean, it does matter for these guys because then in the future they're coming in and those jitters, that first playoff game is, under their belt now at this point. And I think especially with the short turnaround this week, if you're Coach Yegi, you got to be pretty happy that you're not in a position where you had to run guys into the ground for 4 quarters and hopefully can be pretty fresh because this playoff gauntlet of 3 games in 11 days can just be daunting. I mean, I remember turning around from our first game to the second game, and that bumps and bruises just kind of add up and stuff like that. I mean, then if you're fortunate enough to win the second one, you get a little bit of time to catch your breath. But
as New York Mills is going to look to take another shot to the end zone, and I believe that was hauled in.
Yeah, I think
out of the one, though.
It was awfully close, but I think I have nothing to see that it hit the ground. It was close. It looks like they'll be first and goal from the 1 foot line. They moved it a little bit closer here. So
that was hauled in by Gage Brazel. A few nice flashes in the pan today. 8:34 left to go in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Nobody's scored here in the second half as the Cowboys took a 42-6 lead into halftime, able to rest the starters for the second half. So right on schedule, and we'll see what New York Mills has to get this 1 yard, and we'll go with the QB sneak up the middle. We'll see what the jersey number is. Going to number 8. Yep, still in is Creed Mersu. Make it a 42-12 ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. First points of the second half. And I know the Breckenridge faithful are saying, I don't want to see the other team score, but at this point, I'll take any points. It was going to be a little bit of a dry affair as we got 42-12 and going with the kind of a swing gate formation. Got everybody over on the left sideline while they keep in one lineman. They got a skill position guy at a guard, bringing a man in, and they snap it, and we'll toss it to the end zone, and none doing. So it's going to be a 42-12 score with 8:09 left to go in this fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Get your vehicle ready with the Fall Fresh Start Tire event at Smith Motors in Wapaton. Now through November 30th, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1 on select brands with installation. Plus, get up to an $80 rebate on shocks and struts and up to a $40 rebate on brake pads and rotors. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com today.
All right, 42-12 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I'm told 35 is the mercy rule, but Mr. Schill said we're going to lie, and we're going to do 29 instead. So, no, I'm just kidding. 29 is evidently the real mercy rule. So, the running clock will continue in the fourth quarter for now. 42-12, Breckenridge in the lead. Granted, they stopped for this TD, but all the breaks, I'm sure they'll keep it chugging along, and New York Mills, see how crafty they're going to get with the kickoff team. Breck just kind of going with their usual set. So they're not expecting anything too crazy here. Here in the Section 6A quarterfinal matchup. And they'll kick it to the second line. And it gets past the second line where I think it's Joel Lopez coming up to scoop it up and try to make a play. .35's Mercy. Okay, so if it goes up to 35, it kicks in, but if it goes down to 29, it stays. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Schill. Appreciate it. That's why we got some smart people up here, because I don't thrive in environments where I gotta know what I'm talking about. So, 7:30 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. As Cowboys have Joel Lopez in the backfield with Paxton Yagi. Pair of freshman playmakers on the squad. Motion a man over to the left side. Now 2 receivers on that side. Check back to the sideline. Make sure they got everything in order. We'll hand it off to Joel Lopez on the right side. Lopez makes a man miss and ends up getting tripped up.
Shoestring tackle away from still being running on that one. He was awfully close.
Looks like a gain of about 16, 15 on the play.
Be interesting to see here. It looked like Paxton on that one carried out a nice fake, and they weren't really honoring it. It'll be interesting to see if one of these he just pulls it, and there wasn't many people over here.
He might go rogue.
Yeah.
He might go rogue.
Eh.
He might just do it himself. That actually happened in one game I covered last year, and I don't even remember if it was Breck or the team Breck was. It was actually the team Breck was playing against. The punter went rogue when they were already up at like 20. It was crazy. It was like the last play of the game. And I went on the air and just had a fit about it, about how it was like the most classless thing I've seen in my life, only to find out that the kid went rogue. 42-12 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 6 minutes left to go after that 6-yard rush.
They did keep it on that one, but it looked like that was a little more of a designed carry. With
Was that Paxton on
that?
that?
Yeah, it was, yep.
Sets up a 2nd and 4. Paxton's older brother Cooper was already starting as a freshman when he was playing for the Cowboys, as they had to make a QB change that year. So, Andrew Crum actually started out the year. Shout out to Andrew, wherever you are, my guy. If you're doing well. Miss covering him in baseball. As we got Paxton Yagi throwing one man to the ground, trying to shed a couple other tacklers. Good effort there, but he is going to lose a yard or two. Not bad from a freshman, still going up against a good chunk of starters on this defense. He'll lose a yard or two. Sets up 3rd and about 7.
So bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Cowboys.
Breckenridge.
Looks like we might be getting the Wildcat.
Looks like it. Jackson Lopez back in the game. One of their 4 QBs. Yep. Did I hear a cat? The Jack's cat set, and he'll hand it off this time around. Joel Lopez looking to get to the corner, and he'll move the sticks. Number 11, Miles Anderson in the ball game.
Yeah, I think they saw him keep it the first couple times, and that was the reverse of it. They were expecting him to keep it, and then all of a sudden they're on the edge there, and nice little gain.
Call it a gain of 10 for Joel Lopez. It's tough not getting all these Lopez's mixed up. Joel, Joey, Jackson. I might just start making some up. Jonathan Lopez.
You just say Lopez. You're right. Yeah.
All the J-Los.
And there he's keeping it on this one.
Jackson Lopez keeping it this time, and love the cut up.
Yep.
As
put his foot in the ground, made a decision, and got north and south. That's all you can ask for there.
It's a waste of a hockey player having him on offense. I don't want to see a hockey player play offense. I need to see them on defense doing scrappy things, as he'll pick up 10 yards on this one. Shout out to our old man Cody Bronson. We got three good games out of that BW Blade, my guy. Hope you're doing well out there. Jace Jensen, another great Blade that I enjoyed covering for the Cowboys as well. Joel Lopez going to the left side, looking to get to the left edge. He has one man to beat, puts the shoulder down and stays on his feet, out of bounds. Into the red zone they go.
You can tell these guys just kind of got a hard-nosed mentality. We talked about it with Erlinson in the first quarter, and even here you had the opportunity to step right out of bounds there and put a shoulder into the defender and got an extra few yards out of it.
Love the intensity. They need 11 more yards. His brother Joey in the LPA game had a really nice 50-yard rush where he was making guys miss left and right, and then he capped it off with a bulldoze into the end zone. John Krause, maybe he's going to try to do that right here. Going to get some run out of the backfield. John Krause going up the left side, puts the shoulder down, and it's going to pick up about half the yards. Looks like he got about 6 yards.
Yeah, nice run by Krause there. They're moving the ball pretty well this drive.
There you go.
It's amazing what happens when you hold on to it.
5-yard gain for
somebody must have
John
switched the
Krause.
football out there.
Yeah, they got rid of the slippery one.
Yeah, they had the butter ball out there right away.
And now it looks like second and 5, but they need 6 yards to hit pay dirt. As
that'll be about as close to the goal line as they can get if they get the first down on this drive.
I think it's still Joel Lopez in the backfield. Waiting for the clock to wind down. Paxton Yagi will hand it off to Lopez. Lopez is going to get wrapped up from behind. That was number 7, Ryder Davis, attacking into the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play.
We'll bring up 3rd down.
Sets up 3rd and 6.
3rd and about 7.5.
And 3rd and 7. 50 seconds left in this ball game. 42-12 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We'll see if the Breckenridge reserves are going to try to get one more into the end zone. If they're just going to try to just lay this down on the one and kneel it out. Joel Lopez getting the handoff on the right side. Lopez, did he just jump over a man? He'll go in for 6, or is he going to be shy? They're saying he's in for 6. Joel Lopez with his 2nd TD of the year. Back-to-back weeks getting in the end zone. This one from 8 yards out.
Yeah, just some nifty footwork there on the outside, and they jumped or skipped by a guy. Yeah, it was close.
Sure looks like he did. From our angle, I get a little locked in on the camera screen here, making sure we got everything in the shot, so I don't always see everything on there, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he just hurdled the dude. Joel Lopez with the 8-yard score with 29.7 seconds left to go. And
yep, smart move there. Went for 2, took the knee. No reason to even really.
48-12 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard as the Cowboys will take a knee on it, and then they'll put it away to wrap this one up. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains number 1 today.
And welcome back. And I just realized I never updated the quarter on this. Apologies. I swear we're in the fourth quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, actually in the closing 30 seconds, so better late than never to get that updated. As Breckenridge has got their first points of the second half, an 8-yard TD from Joel Lopez.
That third quarter just went so fast, you didn't have time to update it.
I could have went out and checked all of my tires' air pressure, I think, and come back, and I
you
don't
got a
know
new
if I would
kicker,
miss
too.
anything. Oh, who's handling it this time around? Let's see if we can get a number on this one. We'll check it after he goes by, as he's going to boot a little onside kick, and Breckenridge had a good shot on him, but it didn't go on it.
I thought we were going to see the sixth just wildest kickoff of what variation of kickoff.
That was my fellow Turner, Rylan Turner out there. That was a Turner antic right there. He probably didn't even get told to do an onside kick.
To be honest, if you're going to make your debut, kicking off is probably going to be the most nerve-wracking part of it.
Imagine being the kicking a field goal for your first play instead.
Or punting or something. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty sure we weren't going to see Eggman out there. Obviously, just save him. No point in pulling something. A little cold, hasn't really been super active this second half.
He's got at least one tackle this year. I think Eggman might have got another one that saved a touchdown.
It's a good night when you're keeping your kicker fresh.
Yeah. I love when the kicker gets up because they're celebrating that they got a tackle, because it doesn't happen very often. But then it's like, if you got a tackle, that means they're in really good field position. So please don't be celebrating. Actually, you do. You're the kicker. You can just do whatever you want. As New York Mills likely going to get one more play to wrap this one up. They'll go out of the pistol set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And they'll hand it off up the middle. Looks like a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. I think Jordan Kappas getting some run on defense, making the stop. 15 seconds wind down, and that is going to do it. Breckenridge moving on to the Section 6A semis, where they'll play OTC here at Cowboy Field at 2 o'clock. 48-12 your final. We'll loop back with your post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty. You've been listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the I3G Sports Network.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students, as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
And welcome to your Miller Realty postgame show on B92.7 FM. Breckenridge opening their postseason with a 48-12 victory over New York Mills. And they'll move on to the Section 6A semis against OTC, a rematch of a team Breckenridge beat up on 42-0 a few weeks back. But that'll be kind of a similar story to obviously this one, with Breckenridge coming in heavy favorites in the ball game. And tell me a little bit about some of the stuff you saw from the Cowboys. You thought they maybe got a little better at tonight, Blake.
Yeah, I think just the first game, it felt like it was a lot of really big explosive plays against Frazee when I was here looking at that. And they were just really impressive about how they're able to sustain drives and even kind of work through a couple penalties. But for the most part, I think that was like the biggest improvement that I had seen, was just
kind of running more like a fine-tuned machine.
Yeah,
Yep.
they weren't, not that they necessarily were against Frazee or weren't against Frazee.
Frazee, they were still building it.
It felt like a lot of the touchdowns came on really big plays. And I mean, not that they didn't have a few big ones here, but there was a lot more of that just sustained. They were They were not reliant on, needing to hit home runs.
Yeah,
they were just hitting singles, and you hit enough of them, and eventually it got you to pay dirt.
I was going to say the boxer who keeps landing the body shots, and all of a sudden it's going to pay off all at the end. You don't need the knockout. But 48-12, Breckenridge knocking New York Mills out of the playoffs, and we'll run through the scoring for you in this ballgame with the first TD of the game coming off of a 6-yard grab from Cooper Roberts, hauled it in from Riley Kappas. Finn Roeder going in for his final TD of a very nice high school career for New York Mills for 4 yards out. That came with 5:42 left in the opening quarter. David Erlinson scored from 4 yards out, and then in the second quarter scored again from 16. Riley Kappas, first rushing TD since week 2, scored from 39 yards out, and then capped off the half with 2 more passing touchdowns to make it 4 total TDs heading into the break. Aiden Sanchez caught one from 14 yards out, and Avery Smith got under one that got batted in the air and hauled it in for a 19-yard TD, his 3rd total TD of the year. He's got a rushing, a receiving, and a defensive touchdown. And then New York Mills got the only points in the 3rd quarter on a QB sneak from Creed Mersu. And then the only points in the fourth quarter came from Joel Lopez on an 8-yard TD to make it a 48-12 final. And for the stats for you on this State Farm stat report, I have Riley Kappas, 4 for 6 for 49 yards. And 3 scores. Jordan Kappas 0 for 1 with an interception. Riley Kappas 5 carries for 92 yards. David Erlinson, as we mentioned, 15 carries, 106 yards. 2 carries for 23 yards for Avery Smith. 8 carries, 62 yards for Joel Lopez. Joey Lopez had 3 carries, turned that into 8 yards. Paxton Yagi with 4 yards on 2 carries. Jackson Lopez, 18 yards on 2 carries. John Krause had a 5-yard rush, and Brock Somerville had a 12-yard rush. Hauling in some passes today, we got Charlie Krejci with an 18-yard grab, and then Aiden Sanchez, Avery Smith, and Cooper Roberts all had a catch that they scored on. And I now see that my distances for these receptions are different on some of these, so apologies if I've been swapping those out as we've been going along. But anyways, I tell you, those are who caught them. And Connor Ernst had a TFL in this ballgame. Henry sledded all out a forced fumble. Tucker Snyder recovered one. Brock Somerville recovered one, as did John Krause. And apologies if we missed anybody else. There was a lot of fumbles, so there might have been a couple that slipped through the cracks on that. But we'll take a very quick break here on your Miller Realty postgame show and come back with your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, as well as your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the I3G Sports Network.
Choose Casey Formanek with Country Financial in Wapaton, where he makes insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, he takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what option works best for you. Call Casey at 701-353-6071 to book an appointment today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
All right, time for your play of the game on your Miller Realty postgame show. This is brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And I'm gonna pick one out. You can feel free to pick one out too if you'd like, Blake. But I'm gonna go with I love that.
Don't steal mine.
Okay, you go first then. You go first.
I'm going with that tipped.
I
touchdown.
love that one. I love that one. Tell me about what some of just how that kind of really summed up how this whole game went.
Yeah, it was just a fortunate bounce for the Cowboys, and there was plenty of those tonight. It was a shot to the end zone, popped up in the air, and brought in by Avery Smith, right place at the right time. Lucky 44. Had to go with that for my play of the game. How about you?
You know what? I probably would have picked that one if I wasn't so upset that my man Levi lost out on a TD because I've been trying to get my fellow 5 more touches in the red zone, but that. It is what it is. Coach Yagi and I are going to have a conversation after this. I'm sure. No, I'm just kidding. But, we didn't get a defensive touchdown today. But, we did get some great plays on the defense. I thought that fumble recovery that Tucker Snyder was able to dive on was pretty huge today as far as kind of opening up the floodgates a little bit there. We got some good runs from Dave, as you can see me trying to pick out which one I'm going to go pick with. As I'm trying to remember, what were we debating between the bad one and that one?
It was that really odd kickoff.
Oh, yes.
which
Okay, the Brock
I think
Somerville one. Okay.
We got a replay of that.
We
so
got to
to
go. We got to go
clarify,
with that. Yeah.
It was the reason that the Cowboys did not advance it is when he did recover it, he was on the ground.
Okay.
So seeing the replay, we got a shot up here in the booth, just a little bit of replay from Robert there. He had a
He was
pretty
on
clear
top of
shot
that.
of it, and yeah, so that explains why they
Yeah.
got the ball where they did. He
Makes
was down,
sense.
but
There
that
we
was
go.
very odd.
I was like, it's on the
fortunate
tip.
bounce.
I was like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I
Yep,
can't remember
yep.
what it was, but yeah, we're gonna go. That's gonna be my pick for play of the game. Brock Somerville. I think that's the second time I picked him for play of the game because I picked him for the record-setting touchdown in the last New York Mills game. But for player of the game, you know what? We're gonna have to loop back to Riley Kappas. I know I got him on one of the first couple weeks, but we just gotta make sure to give him his flowers today. 4 total touchdowns, 3 of them through the air. He barely threw any passes today, but all the ones he did were effective. And then also getting it going in the run game, almost 100 yards, and they kind of have kept him on the shelf the last how many weeks as far as being a rusher. So it's fun to see them kind of open up the playbook a little bit for him, even though it ended up being, kind of a lopsided score, so maybe that wasn't needed.
And
but
I think that just shows the depth of this team to be fortunate enough to not have to run your
Mhm.
quarterback into the ground during the regular season.
Yep.
And then you can show a little bit of this. But yeah, I would agree with you. Like I had mentioned previously, anytime you have more touchdowns than incompletions, and 3/4 of your passes go for touchdowns up, and you run another one, and did he got close to 100, real close
Yep.
to 100.
and didn't play the second half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
he would have been a monster on your fantasy team tonight.
Yeah, I needed him. Did you end up beating Zeb? I forgot. Last week? This
yes,
last game?
snuck it out by 2 points last night.
There you go.
Fell asleep before it ended. But
I hope
yeah.
you're not listening to that, Zeb. Zeb just put his fist to the wall. That's not good. Sorry about that, bud. 48-12, your final in this one. Once again, folks, the Section 6A playoffs will continue on Saturday here at Cowboy Field. 2 o'clock kickoff. I'll be on the call for that one. Pregame show starting at 1:30 here on B92.7, as well as live streaming, of course, here on YouTube. But appreciate you all tuning in to the Miller Realty postgame show, and the player of the game brought to you by Essential Health once again for Riley Kappas. And thanks for hopping on, Blake.
Yeah, it was great to be back. Hopefully the Cowboys can keep it rolling.
Zeb texted me. He said he was listening. That's hilarious. Oh, sorry about the loss, buddy, but you're having a better year than I am. So
Same.
Oh yeah, your whole team's
two
injured.
bottom feeders here. We shouldn't really be talking.
Yeah, we're high school football guys for sure. We're the experts over here. But your final score once again 48-12. Catch you guys back at Cowboy Field on Saturday. You've been listening on P92.7 FM and YouTube and live streaming on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Tonight's Breckenridge football game was brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanek, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Ripper Sports Store, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minnesota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Ottertail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Twin Town Villa. Be sure to go to KBMWnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. And make sure to catch the Giants Sports Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. Thanks for listening.